Hey everyone, let's make sure my microphone is on. Can y'all hear me? All right, I hope everybody's doing good. I was literally copying and pasting the link, getting ready to like bring everybody into the Zoom meeting. And I don't know if, because I seen Rose Marin, she had tagged me like, you need to talk to your friend. And I seen the tag while I was driving. I'm like, yeah, no, I keep to myself. I mind my business. I haven't talked to her in months. When I tell you that is who called me. So you spoke her ass up. When I tell you I was literally pasting. Yeah. I was literally pasting the thing and you know, and I got told a message this weekend at church. Let me mute everybody because I'm not about to keep getting disrupted. Hold on. Ooh, hold up. Okay. All right. So nobody should be able to unmute themselves. And I got a message this weekend at church when I went to church Sunday. And one of the message that the pastor was telling us is that our words have power and that we need to understand that. I say that all the time, that the power of life and death is in the tongue, and that many of us will be called to influence. And I know a lot of times people think that influence equates being an influencer or social media, but you never know who in your personal life, up the street, at your school, at your job, that sees you as an influence, and that you can influence with your words. And when she called, like I said, I haven't talked to this person probably like 7 months. Like people swerping down, I talk to people all the time. I really don't. I talk to close friends, close family. I don't talk to celebrities constantly. I have a life. So she hit me on FaceTime and I could just tell she was very, very hurt. And I'm like, what is going on? I said, I'm coming home from the store and I had seen Madia's post. I said, what's going on? And she just kind of broke down. What is this?
Who is this?
We're gonna start booting people out of here because now
because I saw the face. Yeah.
Somebody. Because y'all are clicking on stuff, unmuting stuff, y'all are interrupting my meeting. So if they do
what was her name?
It was Shelly somebody.
All right.
Thank you. So I'm just the type of person that when I see, I don't care who you are, you call my phone and you're going through it, we're gonna have a conversation and I'm gonna give you the best advice I can, to give to somebody. So I apologize. I had to take an hour out, so that's why I was running late. Conversation just had to be had. And it's just, people are going through stuff, it's 2025 and people are going through a lot mentally, relationships, homes, work. This is going to be a very crazy year and we need to be prepared. And that was one of the things that, I was also letting that person know that it's going to be a lot of stuff coming at you, a lot of trials, tribulations. The devil's going to be busy, but you can't allow him entrance into your home, into your heart, into your mind. As much as things hurt and we go through stuff, you also have to know how to carry yourself, because not only are you being watched by hundreds and thousands of people, but your most intimate people are watching you, your kids, your siblings. You never know who you're a role model to. And that's what people need to realize. Even though you might think, well, all I do, I just go to work every day. I work a 9 to 5. I'm in customer service. You don't know who in that office looks up to you. Like they say, not all heroes wear capes. And sometimes we don't see the greatness in ourselves because we look in the mirror, we just see, I'm just T, but we don't understand that somebody else is looking at us and looking up to us. So you need to sometimes understand the greatness that you have within you. And sometimes with that greatness, with you being a genuinely good person, it can attract the wrong person into your life. And I don't care if it's a man or a woman, the wrong person can tear down everything you built. So I would say going into 2025, be very cognizant of the relationships that you are building with people. And I don't care if it's sexual relationships, boyfriend, girlfriends, hell, sometimes your husband can be your worst enemy or your wife. And we need to understand that. Everybody's not a friend. Some people are very jealous hearted. Some people don't want to, they want to see you do good, but only but so far. So those are the people that you need to like really evaluate. Don't just let people tell you things. And I'm sorry if I'm preaching right now, but I swear I've been giving advice to people all day. Marquis can attest to this. I talked to her earlier. And then before then, I was talking to my little friend, giving him all types of advice. It's been an advice day. That's why I was very shocked when that person called me. Because I swear I've been on the phone all day, just, giving people words of wisdom. Because sometimes you need that. And sometimes I'm in a place where I need that too. I've been going through a lot mentally, and it was a lot of things I had to like really slow down and talk to a few people about the things that I was going through, because sometimes people don't tend to check on the strong friend and they think that you have it all together. And sometimes you don't necessarily have it together. You're going through your own thing. So I would say that if you're going through stuff, especially in this 2025, we're only 14 days into this month. Reach out to people, utilize the Discord, get whatever issues you're going through, get it out. And I'm not just saying that for y'all, I'm also saying that for myself. Because there was a point that I was having suicidal ideations not too long ago. And as much as people feel like, I and other people have it together, you just don't know what people are going through. Sometimes this world is just very, very stressful. Sometimes you feel like there's a big weight on your shoulders and you don't know who to turn to, who you can trust, who you can talk to. So yes, there's nothing wrong with going to therapy, getting counseling, talking to people, getting things off your chest. This is why I like to have these meetings, because we all can put on a facade, but you never know what people are going through until they have this platform to speak. And so many times people feel like they can't talk to their family because their family members may not care. They may not be there. They may not even have any family to talk to. So the devil is going to be very, very busy this year. And we need to understand that, especially with a lot of the things that are going on. You have people right now who have lost everything. And I'm not talking about the celebrities in the Palisades. I'm talking about just regular, everyday people. And I'm not just talking about LA, because LA is getting the focus now because of the celebrities. But let's also not forget the people in North Carolina who are right now living in tents. Let's not forget the people who are hit by hurricanes, devastation. So I also want people to start being very, very aware of their geographic locations. I want you guys in 2025, there's going to be a lot of weather phenomenons. I've been having a lot of really crazy dreams as of late. There's going to be a lot of weather issues coming, and you need to be prepared for wherever you live in the country. Everything from these fires on the West Coast, there's going to be a super freeze that's coming, that's going to be hitting the Midwest all the way to the East Coast. So y'all need to be prepared. We had a situation when we had that big nor'easter that hit the Northeast about 2 years ago, where the young lady decided to leave her hospital because she wanted to get home, and she was driving in the snow. And because it was so much snow, it ended up clogging her tailpipe. And she died of carbon monoxide poisoning in her car. So those are all things we need to be aware of. Things that we need to prepare for, shopping, stacking up food, rice, beans, all that stuff. Because it's a lot of things coming down the pipeline globally. And what we also need to understand is that, like I always say, just because something happens in one neck of the woods, that what's going on in LA, what a lot of people don't understand outside of the celebrity aspect, is that is going to affect the entire nation. California is one of the places where our food supply comes from. A majority of our, not just avocados and toast, but a majority of our food comes from Cali, the farms and things out there. So this is going to cause the food to go up even higher. So understand that. And then on top of that, we're already having to pay so much in bills, right? Insurance and everything else. The way they're gonna try and offset a lot of the cost in Cali is we're gonna get hit with that. So even though many of y'all have never been to the Palisades, don't got no beachfront property, but guess what? You living in Vermont, you living in Minnesota, you living in Maine, you living in Idaho, that is nowhere near those fires, you're going to see your premiums being raised. Your mortgage, insurance, car insurance, everything's going to go up because of how much damage went on in California. So it is a lot. It is a lot going on. And it's very overwhelming. And I see the stress on people's face and, you know, people's energy. A lot of people are going through stuff. But I just want you guys to just kind of be aware of a lot of this stuff that's coming down the pipeline and just to be prepared. And this is not to be an alarmist or to scare people or, you know, prep shame, whatever words people come up with on social media. But I just want people to be really, really aware of what is going on around them and to be prepared just in case. Another thing too, I want everyone to take pictures of their home and the things that you own for insurance purposes. We have to get into the habit of doing this. People say do it like every spring. If you've never done it, hell, you can do it tomorrow. But take pictures of your home, outside, front yard, backyard, every room, your cabinets, what's in your cabinets, spices, jeans, shirts, purses, TVs. Take pictures of everything that you own. Because in the event something happens to your home, be it a fire, tornado, earthquake, hurricane, because these weather phenomenons, they're not going to decrease. They're not going away. They're only going to intensify. So if your house gets flooded out or gets damaged by an earthquake, you know, God forbid, and now you go to file an insurance claim, you have to prove that you had all this stuff. Well, if you've had this TV since 2016, you don't have the receipt. But if you have a picture showing that this TV was mounted on my wall, then at that point, you have something to show the insurance company. So I want everybody to get in the habit of that, of taking pictures. Yep, also digitalizing the picture that you have, putting them up in the cloud. So back them up on a hard drive, but also put them in the cloud, because if you're not able to get to your hard drive, or if it ends up getting melted or flooded, it's in a cloud. Because if you're gonna have to utilize the insurance companies, you want to make sure that you get as much as you've been paying in, that you get them to cover as much as possible, because their game is to cover as little as possible. That's how they make their money. If your insurance is to cover your home that's $200,000, so you have, you know, $150,000 policy, they want to bring it down to $50,000. They don't want to pay you that $150,000 policy. So you need to make sure that you have documentation, especially big ticket items in your home. Now, memories, photographs, all that stuff, that can't be replaced. So if you have physical copies of pictures, then you need to go ahead and digitalize them, scan them into your computer, put them up in the cloud. So those are just some things that I've been thinking about to just tell you guys to be aware of, to do. And again, God willing, you'll never need this. You'll never need to file an insurance claim. You'll never need to call State Farm for anything, or Allstate, or whoever. But just in case, you're prepared. And that's what I want y'all to take away from this meeting, is to like just really be prepared and understand that there's going to be a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline in 2025. So I'm going to go ahead and start taking some calls here. So if you want to speak, please raise your hand. Let me go ahead and bring on Kim and Law. Go ahead and unmute your microphone.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. How about you, sis?
I am going through it. It's not a great time for me. I was trying to set myself. I don't know if you remember, we talked about the student loans a while back. So I had a lot, and everything was supposed to set me up for like a better life. But I'm an accountant, and they're offshoring everything. So they're the organizations that run accountants in the United States. They're deliberately allowing offshoring, which means they're sending jobs to India and the Philippines and things like that. So a lot of the jobs are going away, and I got laid off, and I've just been working contract. And every time the contract ends and before I get another one, it's like a spiral tailspin spin type of a thing.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to kind of warn everybody the way the employment situation is going. They just talked about Southwest is about to lay off maybe 7,000 people, and they don't even have that many employees.
Southwest Airlines?
Yeah, and then yeah, that's the majority of their people because it's all gone like more digital, but also that means they're about to get bought out by somebody, like they don't have enough salary money. Um,
Mm.
but a lot of the tech companies are still laying off, and tech was where you went to kind of build your nest egg, and now you can't do that anymore. So part of being prepared is having savings, but also it's like getting out of debt. Cause I was not in any kind of debt before I started going to school. And then I was like, well, I need to set myself up for retirement. And then I decided to do the splurge and go to school. So it was a gamble, and it has not fully worked out for me. We'll see what the future holds.
Mm.
But I just want to remind everybody that's the main part. And also, you have to mentally prepare for your version of success. I'm very blessed to have my own car. I have my own house, and I don't have a man. I got this with my own hands, and with my own hands, with my own feet. So it's it's all from me. So if your version of success looks different, like when I was younger, I was supposed to be a stay-at-home mom. I was supposed to have like 10 kids, and now my version of success doesn't look the same. So I
Mm.
have to mentally prepare for my version of success, but I'm also trying not to be stupid. Like I see these groceries prices, so I ran out there and got a Costco card because they have some other options besides the grocery store, and I'm so glad I did because like a dozen or 2 dozen eggs at a grocery store near me is $8, and it's like seven something at Costco, and now it's $11 at the grocery store, and it's still 7.47 or something at Costco. So the prices are, it used to be like way like, because I'm one person, so it's like this is not for a family, this is crazy. So
Mhm.
like think outside the box, because I remember I'm here in Texas, so we had that freeze a couple of years ago, and you were talking to everybody, why didn't y'all put the food in a container and put them outside? That's where, like, why did your food go bad? Like, it's cold outside, put it outside. And I was like,
Mhm.
girl, what are you, why didn't you say that when my food went bad in this fridge? It's hot old fridge. Like, you should have said something before. So like you have to think outside of the box,
Mhm.
because like you said then, we are living the American lifestyle. So like Africans and others, they have power outages, and they know how to, wiggle around and get around that system. So you have to like think about it. So like do your research and like see how would I like think about like how would I do this?
Well,
And
think
there
about even like one of my friends, they were having phone issues and they were coming to my home and their phone
mhm,
wasn't connecting to the navigation. They
mhm,
ended up
mhm,
literally going 20 minutes out the way. And they were just like, that is scary that I don't know my way to get to your home.
mm,
That they went, just trying to drive off a memory. So I think
mhm, mhm,
we had to start like thinking about, okay, if shit hits the fan, how do I get to
mhm.
my mom's or my uncle's house? Can I get to their home by memory without the GPS or
And not
the
only
closest
that, but you
friend?
have to get there in multiple ways. So like I know how to
Yeah,
get there from the freeway, but like what's the
the
back
back
road?
road. Mm-hmm.
So if because what happened in Houston, all the stoplights were out. So then traffic was crazy on this main street. But this other street that's less known was on the GPS. So you have to do that. And then for those type of circumstances, what I've been told is you have to print out your driving instructions. So if I need to get to my mom's house, I need 5 routes to get there. So it's like if this street is blocked off, turn left here. So don't forget to print it out and keep it in your glove compartment or somewhere in your car, like your trunk or wherever you can get to it easily and then get there. And now's the time for me because like this Sunday, we're having a second freeze and it could be as bad as last time. So they're telling us, be prepared. It's about the same temperatures as 2021. So, it could have snow and blah, blah, blah. You'll lose your electricity. I didn't get any FEMA permits and I applied. Everything was like going crazy. And now we have a new president and he cut FEMA. And I don't know if you know, he closed the IRS, the Internal Revenue Service, and he's opening the ERS, the External Revenue Service. So
What the hell?
he's not collecting taxes from citizens. He wants the taxes done to the governments that are doing things. So when he did those tariffs last time, tariffs are applicable to the businesses that collect that imported item. So the way tariffs work, if you don't know, I'm going to charge a tariff on Chinese goods, which is what he did. So he thought that would make the government of China pay for that so that their items would be less profitable. But the businesses that you contract with, we've already paid that price and then things hit the water. So when it comes here, the reason why you have a tariff is to make US goods seems more profitable. So I don't want you buying cheap Chinese goods. I want you buying US goods. So we apply a tariff. And he's like, no, the tariff should be paid by the Chinese, by the Mexican, by the Canadians. That's why he literally in his tweet, he he said he's establishing the ERS to collect tariffs from those foreign nationals
Yeah,
that
it
are
looks like
should
he
be
just
paid.
announced it 4 hours ago.
Yeah.
This is
This
brand new. Wow.
yeah, yeah, he's crazy. He literally was like, "We're gonna go to China," and then he told everybody it was about Palestine, and then they didn't want to vote for the Democrats. They were like, "We'll just stay out of it because Kamala didn't say the right things about Palestine and everything." And he literally was like, "If we don't have those U.S. people out of Gaza, hell on earth will be unleashed." So a lot of people were that said, "Oh, I don't want my baby to go to war. I want my grandson to go to war." So they voted for Trump. He literally is like, he it's not that he's just racist, but he's elitist. So he was like saying those like Appalachians, Hoboken people. Hoboken is in New Jersey, and the Appalachians are in like Virginia, and it's like on the East Coast. So he's just saying the poor people. The poor people will go out and fight this war, and they're gonna go at least American hell on earth in the Middle East and then and get those people that are hostages over there. Okay. So yeah, thank you. And I just wanted
Okay.
to tell everybody, keep the prayers up and like be mentally ready for every kind of thing. And if your success changes because of whatever event, put yourself in this new spot and then grow from there. All right, bye everybody.
All right. Thank you, sis. Good talking to you. Oh, she made some good points. So yeah, this the External Revenue Service. Wow. I got to look more into that because he just announced that while I've been running errands. But also too, I don't know if you guys saw that video of I don't know which Canadian person it was. Forgive me. I know it wasn't Justin Trudeau, but I find it very interesting that he don't quit and left. But there was another Canadian Prime Minister or somebody in Canada, and he was basically talking about cutting the lights off in America. So I don't know. It just seems like we're definitely looking at some dark times. Let me go ahead and bring on Extraordinary. Go ahead and unmute your microphone.
Hey, T.
Hey,
I'm turn
sis.
my music down. How you doing today?
I'm doing okay. How about you?
I am doing good today. My back is not kicking my butt too much, so it's a good day.
Okay, that's always nice.
Yes. Oh man. So I wanted to get some stuff off my chest really, really quick.
Mm-hmm.
So for starters, New York City is practically warring internally, and I feel like a lot of people don't realize it. Um, and it's because most people think because the state votes blue, they think it's a Republican, Democrat state, but it's actually a Republican state.
Mm-hmm.
And people are finally waking up to that. And it's about to hit the fan with this whole congestion pricing thing. Like,
I heard about that the other day. They're like trying to charge you guys for having cars on the road.
yes, they basically want to force people into the subway because subway, I work for MTA.
Okay,
So subway ridership is down a lot.
because
And
it's not safe anymore.
exactly, there's that. The trains are dirty, the costs keep going up, but the service is still the same year after year. So
Mm,
people literally just stopped paying money to get on the train. They just hopped the turnstiles.
okay.
Now they actually hired a security company to watch the turnstiles instead of putting that money into MTA. It just doesn't make sense. And then now they have this congestion pricing thing. And now people are basically talking about, all right, if y'all don't want to listen to us, we're going to starve these businesses out. And they not going to make no money. So y'all going to have to change it.
So how,
So
explain to us who don't live in New York, how is this supposed to, how they implemented this? Are they on the street counting every time your car goes by? They send you a bill at the end of the month?
it's
Every,
e-tolling. So now it's no more turnstiles. When you cross after a certain street number or avenue number, like say you go from First Street to 50th Street,
okay.
right? And you have to go further into the city, you could only go to 50th Street. If you want to go past there, you have to pay like $10 or something like that.
So you're talking about this like a mini toll in the city?
Yes, yes.
What?
If you want to go to a certain area in the city, they're charging you tolls, and it's both ways.
Oh, there and back.
Yes. So so
New York
tons
is
of,
tripping.
you see what I'm
Wow.
saying? And I'm like, yo, make this make sense. And that area has tons of hospitals. Do you know how much people we transport to the hospital daily? Like, it's crazy. Just on Access-a-Ride alone, we transport 50,000 people in and out of the city daily. Like, people do not have that money to spend on tolls back and forth. So now they're like, all right, all the businesses in that area, we're not going to go to it.
And that's gonna
So
be businesses.
exactly. That's already hurting. So I'm like, how are they saying that this is to help the people when people already can't afford to even get on the train? You think they could afford a $10 toll and they can't pay $3 for the train? Like, make it make sense.
And this is why a lot
It's
of us are having sleepless nights because it's
yeah,
like you just feel like something is just not right. The
yeah.
stuff that's just going on constantly, all this,
It's
it's
one
information
after the next.
overload. Like I feel like I
Yes.
got to keep it with stuff that's going on in this state, that state, in Canada, in
Hmm.
Mexico. Meanwhile, I
Yep.
live here in this state, but I know more about what's
Exactly.
going on with Cali than people in Cali. There were some people in
Yeah.
Cali talking about they didn't know that their insurance got cut off. How do I know that?
Yep.
And I live here in Minnesota.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's like these people are so out of reach. And I'm sorry, I'm on my young Kobe shit and I'm waiting for the fucking people to revolt. Like, what are y'all waiting for? Like, they are screwing us left and right. We just had to negotiate our contracts yesterday. I went through contract negotiations again, and the benefits are trash. I'm like, I don't even want your health benefits. Like, I'd rather apply for the state and see if it works because I'm gonna be paying you money and then still paying out money to see doctors. Like, there's no
Mhm.
point in me accepting your contract on that. Like, now I'm good. You
And you know what
know,
I was
it
telling you to try and also do is, if you can, putting that money aside and trying to pay cash because sometimes it's a lot cheaper than going through insurance.
yeah, and that's what I'm gonna do because for me,
I'm gonna start too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't get sick at all. I can't remember the last time I've been sick. So thankfully that's not, something I have to worry about. So when you said that, I'm like, yo, that
Mhm.
makes so much sense because
Yeah. If
what
you're
am I
healthy,
paying
it
you
makes
money
sense.
for?
Like
Yeah,
I literally have come out of pocket. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, $5,000 in just medical stuff in the past month.
crazy,
$5,000 that I've had to
crazy.
pay on top of the 7 something I pay per month for
Per
insurance.
month.
So I'm like, well, what
Exactly.
are
Like,
y'all
what's the
covering that I'm
point?
still getting hit with a bill? I went to the ear, nose, and throat doctor and I was sent a $2,500 bill
Crazy.
and you had to
Crazy.
pay it. So it's just like,
Yeah.
what in the world?
Yeah. So it went from them basically giving us a BS contract to them adding BS health benefits to the contract to make us want to sign. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna keep my contract the way it is,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna renegotiate when it's my time again in 3 months. Like it just don't make sense. I'm like up my pay, but everything else y'all can keep because it just didn't make sense to even, accept that contract for what? Because it doesn't benefit me.
Right.
So it's like it's so much going on. Like we renegotiating contracts at work, stuff in the city, then at work itself, um, they're still dealing with. They literally have us working in a construction zone, and now they're like, we gotta have OSHA come through the building. Um,
Did they get rid of the all the migrants that are there? Because they said I seen them riding the other, well, maybe not riding, they were picketing or something. They got mad
mhm.
that their EBT got cut off.
Yeah, so they're
So
shutting
that was
down. So
real.
it's
I'm like,
real.
this
So a
can't
lot,
be real. How y'all not even supposed
no.
to be here? Y'all are picketing about your EBT getting cut off. You got people who are supposed to be who can't even get EBT.
Listen, I tried to get it. They said, "Nah, you good. You work. You got it." I said, "Bruh,
Because
even
they
with my
said one of the
disability."
girls, she went viral because somebody took a copy of the receipt. She had $13,000 in food stamps.
And it's true. And it's very true. What they're not doing now. So you see how Eric Adams all of a sudden he a Republican again.
Yeah,
So
a lot of them are
since
sliding back.
so he's backsliding. So undercover, he is quietly canceling a lot of the migrant programs. Like he shut down
Mhm.
the biggest spot, which was close to where I used to live at one of my sister's military base. Like on their
I remember
field.
that one. They had a bunch of
Yep.
tents and stuff out there for that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. They're finally breaking that one down. I have no clue where those people went, to tell you the honest truth, because the people
He's trying
there
to get on
themselves.
Trump's good side.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
he's trying to clean up New York City to
Huh.
appease Trump. And he's convinced that because now he's going back to being a Republican, that he's going to get a second term. So nobody's voting for you again,
Well, I thought
like
he was supposed to
ever.
go to jail. Wasn't he arrested not too long ago after Diddy?
Yep. Yep. And then one of his people pled guilty this week.
Oh.
Yep.
Mm.
So it's going down in New York City like it's a shit show, T. And now then you have the nurses too talking about if they'll make our contracts better, they're ready to walk again because they're
God.
overworked and they're burnt out.
Yeah.
So it's and then of course now too another epidemic we're dealing with here is a lot of the teachers are quitting left and right.
Mm.
So it's like one thing after the next here, just a
Yeah.
mess. But I just wanted everybody to be aware of what's happening in New York City. Just keep your eyes open.
Yeah, no, thank you for letting us know. Because
Yeah.
again, those two major cities, New York and LA, it's like whatever happens on whatever coast ends up affecting everybody else around the nation. So
Exactly. Yep.
yeah, thank you
Yep.
for keeping us posted, sis.
Of course. Appreciate you, sis.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay, let me go ahead and bring on let's see here. T baby, go ahead and unmute your microphone.
Hello, everybody. Casey,
Hey, how you doing, sis?
I'm doing okay. I said she's about to call me. I'm up here trying to roll my little medicine up. But I was listening to everyone, and it's crazy. I spoke to sis earlier and was telling her I've been having a whole crazy mess of going on, so I'm gonna try to stay focused. That's why I was trying to do my medicine. But I'm here in Atlanta for those who don't know, and we all know it'd be a mess here for no reason. I was without power for 2 days.
Damn.
Why did y'all
With
lose
the snow.
power?
Well, the snow, I think, started it, but I think somebody
Okay.
hit a pole. And then you
Mm.
could just hear, it was like boom, 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 boom. You can hear all the transformers just popping.
Mm.
I was okay. I was prepared in that type of sense because we didn't talked about it a lot. My family say they be calling me a hoarder now because I have everything stopped. And I said, you can call it whatever you want to call it.
Right.
I had already cleaned all my blankets, comforter sets. The only thing that I wish I would have had was just those small candles that I think I saw people using. I think that was like 2122, the winter storm in Texas when people was cooking with the
Mhm.
little bitty ones. You can make a little thing. But we do have a grill, but it wasn't that serious because I had already bought, bread, peanut butter, and made tuna fish, things like that. And it was freezing outside. So I was just sitting stuff on my refrigerator on my back deck.
Mhm.
And I still have a tree on the back of my deck from when we had the tornadoes from the hurricanes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's because they're trying to charge me to cut that tree down over $5,000. And I'm like, what?
How much?
Like, why do I have house insurance? 5,000. Because they're saying that they're going to have to unhook somebody. I guess somebody used to have Comcast or some type of cable or satellite, and
Uh-huh.
it's like having a pole. I'm like, but that's not even mine. Like it's just a mess. Everybody's trying to get a coin. But I also talking about meds. I want to shift real quick because I know my time. I was talking with Marquis earlier, and I was telling her about medications. One thing of me is I've been sick a lot. I have lupus, etc. I have tons of meds. Like my insurance, they rather me be out the hospital than in. So I was asking her, like, I would like to be able to ship it off. Or is there people? And I have asthma, so I have tons of those medications.
Yeah, nobody can take
meds
your meds though,
or meds.
unfortunately. Yeah,
No.
because the thing with medication, it's prescribed to you.
Yep.
And even once you get like there's been times where I went and got a prescription filled and I realized, oh, I don't even need this prescription anymore. You
They
can't
won't even take it
return
back.
it. They won't even take it back,
Yeah.
just for safety reasons. So unfortunately, you can't ship medicine to like anybody else as far as like donating medicine. They're not going to take it.
Yeah, the fire department used to take the inhalers, long as everything was still
Was
in the
sealed.
pack, in the what is it, albuterol, the saline solution.
Mhm.
But I think for whatever, they're not doing that either. But I was saying I had tons of that, and I was willing to pay to ship it to wherever it needs to go, because I don't want it to expire. Parts of me be like, well, keep it because you just never know, especially like where we're going. But my asthma is way under control. Now the antibiotics and steroids and all the other stuff, I know I have to trash. Like you said, they don't want it. My insurance just sent me a medication. I don't know why. I don't even take it. And it's like $1,100. It's for GERD. Dexalent is what it was. And I was like, y'all sent me a 90-day supply and I can't even use it. I was like, y'all want me to send it back? Is there? And it was like, no. I was like, so who's gonna
They
pay for
probably
this?
did that on purpose just so they can charge it off. That one ain't
Yes.
right.
90-day supply. Haven't used that in I don't know how long. And it's ridiculous, especially hearing other people's stories of they can't get it, and stuff like that. But Atlanta here has opened up what is it called? We have a place where if you have sickle cell, it's free of charge services. I don't know if I had messaged you that or anything before, but I was like, if you need to use my address, you could. But they come in, they bring the family, they treats the family. It's free treatment. It is holistic. It's like a relaxation and thing. And my uncle went, and he was like, he was in and out. He's like, but there was a lot of people coming in, and I think that's a great service. My uncle has sickle cell, and his son has the trait.
Oh,
And so, yeah, and he said it's really great. Like they have aquatic chairs, massage therapy. They have all type of everything that y'all need in there or anyone need you can get it. I just don't know if
Oh,
you have to be
wow.
residents for the free service, but it's been on the news several times because it's hard and it's expensive, and they do everything. They help with the dieting, pain control, different diagnoses. Everything there is free if you have.
That's
can't think what I was-
amazing. Yeah, send me that
Yeah.
info as much as I be an Atlanta child.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay.
I was like, you be in and out of here. You could fly out and get right on over there.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah, I
it's
got a
just,
few
it's
people
been
that
a lot. I
Mm.
feel I can't sleep. I hadn't smoked in a whole year up until recently. I had stopped smoking, all that. But my anxiety just been through the roof, like since November. Like it's bad.
It just feels
It's
like
bad.
it's just a lot going on. It's hard for you to like just breathe
Yeah,
and relax. Yeah.
both. Like
Yeah.
sleeping, I wake up every night at either 3 or 4
Mhm.
o'clock in the morning. I
Yep.
can't go back to sleep. I don't
And
care. I
fall
even
asleep
sleep with the
around
things on.
noon. Yep.
Yes. And I feel exhausted all day.
Mhm.
I can't focus. I've been praying. I done fast. I done so many. I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like something is trying to tell me, or am I getting prepared for something else?
Mhm.
Like last year, this time, we was in the hospital because my sister boyfriend tried to kill her, and we had to she had to have a skull removed and everything. So I'm
Oh,
just like, grace of God, we're not going through that. But it just still feel heavy, exactly like it did last year.
See, baby.
Yes.
okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, Pooh. I just look. All
All
right,
right,
y'all.
sis. Thank you for calling in. It was good talking to you.
Yes, you
And send me
too.
that info.
I sure will.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Let me go ahead. We got a lot of people. Let's see. Chef Bando, go ahead and unmute your microphone.
Hey T, can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
I'm good. I'm actually about to board my plane in like 5 minutes, so perfect timing.
Where are you going?
I'm going back to Atlanta. I'm in New York right now, so all of this talk about New York and all of this, and I actually saw them like taking pictures of us as we were going to the airport. So now that's clicking, like as far as like taking pictures of the tag, I guess the toll, and apparently my friend said it's $20. So I'm like, this is crazy. So I didn't even know anything about all of that.
Wow. Were you out there for your
Yes.
birthday?
I flew to St. Martin from New York for my birthday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, listen, y'all. I'm one of those people where like I do freak out about everything that's going on, but I'm gonna have to live my life to the
Oh, yeah.
fullest, you know what I'm saying,
Yep.
before it all comes crashing down. But it's just so interesting because I wanted to refer back to what the other lady was saying about the tariffs and all of that kind of stuff. And people don't understand how that's really going to affect the food. So if we cannot get
Please
the
write that
foreign
down.
Yes, so if we cannot get the foreign goods, so being a chef, like I prefer to go to the foreign markets. The stuff is fresher, it's cheaper, and it's also real. Like I don't know if you've noticed how we've already talked about how there are a lot of seeds that are missing out of the products or the food
The
products that we
bananas
do
don't
have.
taste the
Yeah,
same.
banana. Oh
Mhm.
yeah, they don't taste the same. They don't, and bananas, people don't understand bananas are supposed to have seeds too. And so that's why I go to the international market because I buy the Thai bananas that have seeds in them. Some of them, there are some from Mexico that do have the seeds. And once he does that, and it's just when I tell you the food is going to be destroyed, people don't understand. We are getting ready to start paying. Oh, we're about to be overcharged for fake food, if that makes sense. So all of these different like products and things, people don't understand like the groceries are going to continue to go up as far as the price, but also the quality. We are not going to have access to this real stuff. And I don't know what they're already putting in the food, all of these steroids and hormones and etc. But it's getting ready to really, these next couple of years, people are also going to see, like, first of all, groceries are high enough now, but I don't want to be paying for something fake or plastic like that. It just doesn't make sense. And so I want people to start actually like start saving seeds. So if you get a bell pepper, if you get any type of thing, start saving seeds. I know it sounds kind of crazy and whatever, but we are going to have to go back to some of that old school way of sourcing our groceries and things like that. You know, bell peppers, tomatoes, stuff like that. It's not really hard to grow. And so if you start saving your seeds for different things, because you know seeds are going to start being illegal in certain places, you're going to have your growth, the growth of your plants monitored, because they already do that in California. And so it's just kind of scary. So I know I'm like sounding a little bit flustered because I'm about to catch this plane,
Yeah,
but that's
no.
all I wanted to say. And I just wanted to, you know, warn people about also the quality of the food that you're getting, and also the new tariffs that are going to be. We get a lot of products from Mexico, people don't understand. And so it's going to be a lot of different blockages because some of these countries are not going to be willing to pay that tariff on the food product, whether it's avocados, but then anything. And
Mhm.
so I just be on the lookout. I would say people for like your food, check your food, all this kind of stuff, but really be on the lookout. And if you can, save your seeds when you do get things like, you know, real fresh products or fresh produce.
Well, thank you so much for the tips and
Yes.
the advice. I appreciate it. Happy belated
Yes.
birthday once
Thank you. Love
again.
you, T.
Love you too. Get home safe. We'll talk
I
soon.
will. All right. Talk to you later.
Okay, bye.
Okay. Bye.
Man, that is the truth. The tariffs are not going to be any joke. And then especially think about it. They're trying to put in these tariffs. We get a lot of our food from Mexico. We get a lot of food shipped in from China. And now California, huge ass fire. So the food price is going to be even higher. It really is. Let me go ahead and bring on Rose. Rose, go ahead and unmute your microphone.
Hey T.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, T, you know I was kidding, right?
I know you was kidding, but it was just funny because I was driving when you added me. And so I was at the stop, like, and I had read it and I just laughed or whatever. So then when she called like an hour later, I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, I know. Oh my God, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't know she was on the same frequency as me.
Yeah, all of a sudden I get a FaceTime. I said, what in the world?
Yeah. So basically, I know I kind of yapped your ear off last week. So long story short, like literally every time my dad calls me, and it's rare, he only calls if he needs something from me, and I literally get a panic attack. I just basically had to put him off and say, hey, I'll talk to you later tonight. But yeah, it's just, and then I just remember you were talking about how you got to be careful about who's around you, even family, and he's one of those people. It's just gotten so bad, like I've a couple years ago when I was still living with both of my parents, and it got to a point where I was having ideations myself because I had a remote job. So you know what I'm saying, I had to get a remote job, just to save money. And now, I mean, I literally had to move out away from him to save my life. And he still is just like doubling down on, like, every time I confront him about the abuse that he's put me and mom through, it's like he just does not want to acknowledge anything. He's never admitted to anything, acknowledged anything. And so it's just kind of like, yeah, let me just I don't know. I have to just do better with boundaries and enforcing them. But
I
it
think it's
also just,
okay to distance yourself and to
yeah.
have those boundaries and not have a relationship with him for a while.
Yeah, and like I said, he doesn't call like a lot, but he only calls when he needs something. And it's like that whole thing about him not paying the bill, and he's panicking that the bill is $1,000. You have to pay the bill. Even if you don't agree with the bill, you got to handle your business, call the company and say, hey, what's going on? But you still got to pay the bill. Like, it's things like that. But because and then it's kind of like that, like, I can only do so much on my end. It's not an option for me to move back in with anybody, but honestly, like, and I hate to, and this sounds really messed up when I say this, but financially speaking, I'm one car accident away from, being being homeless. I mean, I thank the Lord I have enough to cover just like my bills, but after that, it's just kind of like a struggle. I have to scrape things together, get cash advances where I can. And it's always easy to say, like, hey, like, just make sure you have some saved. And it's like, I mean, I'll do what I can, but I mean, I literally don't have anything to save. Like I have retirement, but it's like only like maybe a few $100. But I did listen to like what Chef Bando was saying. I do see like little inside gardens on sale. And so I could probably do that because I wanted to get some so I can grow some romaine for my rabbits. They love romaine lettuce, and it'll be better and cheaper and better quality. And I mean, what I can do is what I can do, but just always like just keep in mind, everybody, like try to be as financially independent as possible. Like, don't look for a man, whether it's your dad or your significant other. Just you got to be able to provide for yourself, because it's kind of like I don't have that option where I can just move like back in. I mean, I have to just make it work. But yeah, it really is rough. And I'm trying not to let this whole thing with the LA fires, because I am praying for them. I'm trying not to let that like weigh heavy on my spirit, but it has, because I do genuinely feel empathy for everybody, because there's people in here in the Discord who've lost everything. And I just cannot imagine. And I just, like I said, my heart goes out. And I'm trying to just kind of listen to everything being said here and just kind of take it as don't panic, don't feel down, just plan. And I'll do the best I can do. And I was looking at these MREs online. They sell them in like tubs, so maybe I can just kind of get that just to have, because I'm in Texas as well. So it's gonna so depending on how this freeze goes, it might come in handy, So I'll just do what I can. And if anybody just like has any advice about kind of like the food part, like maybe how to grow it, maybe how to, yeah, because these food prices are just out of control. And yeah, one more thing I noticed, I was at Walmart maybe a couple weeks ago. They have digital price tags, y'all. So yeah, they're already starting that. I've never seen that. Yep, I've never seen that in Walmart. They have
What do you mean
digital price
digital?
tags.
It's on the fruit, and like, what do you mean a digital
It's,
price?
you know how you have the paper tags to see how much something is?
Mm-hmm.
It's not paper anymore. It's digital. It's like it's a digital. It's like a little like calculator screen. It looks like where the paper tags would be if the item is on the rack and you're seeing how much it is.
Uh-huh.
So that just means like seeing a digital. I mean, that just means that it's probably dynamic pricing. I mean, that's my assumption. Why else would Walmart need a digital price tag?
Well,
You
I didn't
know,
know that.
yeah, as opposed to paper. I've never seen it, but I've heard it. I don't know if you discussed it one
Yeah, I'm
time, but
Googling it now.
yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Walmart
I
to
mean, if
replace
that's what it
paper
is, but I'm
prices
making
with
that
digital.
assumption. So
Yeah, it's just once again pushing people to have their phone in their hands to scan it.
yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah.
But it
Because
just,
I mean,
yeah.
oh my God. But I'm just trying not to let it weigh on my spirit. And then I did tell dad I was gonna call him back. So I'm trying not to have like because I did have a literal panic attack after I got off the phone with him, but I have to just kind of, not try to keep everything, try to calm myself, try to get myself in check. But I'm a highly emotional person. I'm still working on that. But yeah, I just got to do what I got to do. And yeah, again, I'm praying for everybody. And thank you so much for hearing me out, T. But yeah, just
You're
definitely
welcome.
keep that in mind, y'all, with the digital price tags.
Okay. Well, thank you so much
Yeah.
for calling in, sis.
All right. Thank you, T.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
I want to know where Polite Pimp is about to go, because she is slaying right now. She's doing her makeup. She's ready to get up out of here. She got the eyebrows on fleek. I'm like, where you about to go? It's cold out here in Minnesota. Where are you going? All right, let me go ahead and bring on Leon's the God.
You could just call me Leo.
Leo, why do I always what?
It's Leonis.
Leonis. I'll be like Leon the God. I'm sorry, Leo. How are you?
Good. I'm all right. How about yourself?
I'm okay.
Man, I don't know. Life hasn't gotten any easier for me since the last conversation I've been here. I'm still out of work. I still can't walk completely on my ankle. I have a compressed nerve after the car accident. My job actually just called me today and said that I cannot return until like I'm completely okay. Like I can't do light duty.
Oh, wow.
So,
And are they giving you like any type of FMLA or leave?
so I did not qualify for FMLA because my year of being in the company was
Yeah.
after.
I remember you said
So
that.
yeah, so I have short-term disability until April, but I did my name change in November. So I had an issue with the hospital, with the disability, with my lawyer, just trying to get everything changed over because just communication, because a lot of the companies I'm noticing, they're going through third parties to get authorization from the hospital to get my information. So I went to the hospital, gave them my name change paperwork, real simple and easy. But when it comes to my disability or my lawyer, they're going through, for some reason, third parties to get my information to practically certify the billing and to practically authorize that I still can't come to work. So I haven't gotten any money since the second week of December.
From
So
your
I'm
job at all.
no.
Wow.
So like really anxious about everything because at the same time it's like I have to rely on my roommates and they're struggling in the same sense because I was the breadwinner in the house. The apartment's in my name, everything's kind of on me. All the bills are on me. They're in my name. So now I gotta I don't have my family. I got kicked out at 17. I've been doing everything on my own. So I'm at the point of where I really can't even rely on myself or the others around me because they just as damn bad as I am. I mean, they helping me out, but it's just like this accident has just put me in a place where I've used up all my savings, all my accounts are in the negative. Like,
Wow.
it's just hard to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
And then the price of everything still going up. I just had to beg my family to give me some money because my battery went out of my car and I crashed my roommate's car. So I have, you know what I'm saying? I had to make sure she had a ride to work. So I had to figure out, I had to learn how to put a battery in myself. I had to learn how to change my oil myself because I just don't got the funds to reach out and do anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the world, the shit that's going on in the world ain't made how I'm feeling no better. I just feel helpless. I feel lost. But I know things are gonna get better, but just in this moment, it's like I feel like I have nothing.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Wow. What state do you live in?
I'm in Illinois.
You're in Illinois.
Yeah.
Are there like any type of programs out there, like as far as like
I tried to apply for state aid. I've tried to apply for everything, but because my job, I'm still under my job. They're saying I have a job and I have bank stubs because of the disability. So they're like, well, you got some money, but I don't, you know what I'm saying?
right?
So it's just like, it's a runaround, it's all these hoops that I gotta jump through to even talk to actual people.
Mm-hmm.
Like even with disability, I've had to call them like 5-6 times to even find out that so I did an electric sign to give the disclosure authorization so that they can go to the hospital to get my information. Whatever third party company they're going through refuse the authorization. So for like since December, they've been giving me the runaround, and I finally get on the phone with a Black lady named Jasmine. I love that lady, man. But she actually told me what was going on and why I couldn't get the money. I've talked to my supervisor over my claim, and she's just like, well, we're just waiting for blah, blah, blah. But in all actuality, they're waiting for paperwork. Like they wanted my John Henry on paper. And I'm not knowing this. So now I gotta wait another 2 weeks for them to approve it, get the paperwork, get everything signed.
Mhm. Wow.
And then I still gotta go through this personal injury shit with the car accident. Don't know how long this gonna take because I really need the money. But they can't even get authorization from the hospital because some third party.
It just
But-
sounds like it's like constant, like red tape, you know, just a bunch of red tape everywhere you go. Wow.
That's what I'm saying. But that's all I had to say. I'm swimming by myself practically, and I really just don't know what to do other than wait, really,
Mhm.
and hope that the disability, or I can at least take a loan off my settlement, because even with that, I don't have enough billing to take a loan off my settlement.
Right.
So, yeah, it's just a lot. But I
If you're
appreciate
in Discord, we're definitely gonna keep you in prayer. You know, some people might reach out to you as well. You know, so make sure you check your Discord email and stuff.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody.
Mhm.
All right, y'all have a good night.
Okay, thank you for updating us, sis. I appreciate it. Wow. It's like everybody's going through it, man. Yeah, everybody's going through it right now. Let me go ahead and bring on Fanboy Ultra. Go ahead and unmute your microphone.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are you?
Oh, good. And you?
I'm doing okay.
Oh, sorry. I'm at work, had to step out for a second. Okay. First off, thank you for like being like one of the few people I know to actually speak on like survival, like speaking how like getting generators and everything.
Mhm.
It's funny because actually just yesterday, me and my roommate, we got a camera and our phone, we started recording all the stuff we have for insurance in case, you know, God forbid anything happens. I actually have a bug out bag.
Mhm.
That's what I suggest for people like try to get a bug out bag. Why my camera's not on? I have to update it because I think some of my canned goods may expire. For me, I have a couple clothes, couple drawers, bars of soap, matches, a deck of playing cards, you know, just for boredom in case. No, it's designed to like in case I actually have to leave, is like it's already things already packed up in the bag. I grab it and I go to wherever I guess I need to go.
Right.
I need to get a generator. That's the one thing I don't have. It's absurd. So that's the first thing I was want to just mention. But for the past year, this has been like the worst like year of my life, like emotionally.
Mhm.
Like it's because I keep giving to I guess my significant other, kind of my ex, I guess kind of not. And I just give so much and I get nothing back. And it's like, and it's keep asking. So now I'm just like, every time it's just, I get drained. And it's not even just that because like, even like for the first year of our relationship, he was going through a lot of stuff emotionally. So, and I was basically a caregiver or emotional support.
Mhm.
And I knew it would be draining, but damn, I had no idea how bad it actually would be. Like I would just be like numb. And now it is like when I'm by myself or I finally start to do stuff I want to do, like have a me day, go shopping, give me a Cinnabon or something, I start to feel like myself again. So, okay, cool. Now I might actually want to get back out there dating or trying with some friends because for the longest, I didn't want no one near me. I don't want no one touching me. I don't want no one looking at me. I just wanted to be alone. But then here he come, like needing help. And I understand it's not his fault, it's his situation, but it's like, why am I the number one on your number one lifeline? So now I think I gotta tell him, it's like, yo, I can't help you with nothing no more. And I never really set a boundary before. As absurd as this is, I'm 32 years old and I never actually set a boundary because I never really had to. And it's like, because usually when I would have to set a boundary, people would just fall out my life. So I was like, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? People will fall off. But he's here. So I'm like, now I got to figure that out. And I never understood me setting boundaries because it's like, if I can help, why not? But now I'm starting to understand. It's like, yeah, no, this is actually affecting me. And I've put my whole life on hold for about damn near 2 years now.
It sounds to me like you're dealing with the energy vampire. Somebody who only comes around when they need to siphon your energy, trauma dump on you, everything they're going through, they want to dump it on your shoulders, and then they just leave. And then you're left with the burden of trying to, get yourself back together emotionally and mentally. So that is where you have to have boundaries because they're just doing it.
And the stupid thing is, when we first got together, I'm like, yo, this person not here for me. But something told me, like, do you ever get that feeling where it's like, this is a canon event? Like, you're supposed to be around this person for some damn reason, right? So if someone kept telling me, it's like, you're the reason why this person in your life is to help to get this person to the next stage of life. Who's going through depression. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. But I'm like, what was my purpose? What do I benefit from it? And I was like, oh, this is not really a quote unquote benefit. This is like a lesson. It's like a canon event for me. And I'm like, that's fucking sucks. So he gets the benefit of getting to the next stage, and me, I get to learn to say no to people. Like, wow, really? Like, that's bullshit. So now I'm just like trying to figure out the right time, because I still do too much for him. And so it's like, do I do it today? Do I do it tomorrow? I might actually do it like, damn, I don't know, Friday, maybe. That'll be the last day I see him this week. Before, like, we won't see each other for like it's like Wednesday again. So I'm like, all right. When it's like, every time I say something, oh, that's it? Oh, shit, I'm sorry. Okay, but thank you. Y'all have a good one.
Okay, thank you so much for calling in. Good luck with everything.
All right, thank you. All right, bye.
Bye. All right, let me go ahead and bring on We're Red Tonight.
Hey T.
Hey, how you been?
Girl.
We ain't seen you in a while.
I know, because these damn energies and the internet and staying away from it, and child, just working on my crystals. That's why I'm like, I need your P.O. box so I can send y'all some crystals from Marquis, the mods, everything, because y'all energy be getting drained. And I've been hearing people's stories. And the last girl who was on here, I'm like, I'm going through the same shit. With the state, they cut my EBT. I said, y'all ain't about to cut my shit again every 2 or 3 months. Y'all want to play with me like this. So I know how you feel, because they want to be like, oh, I don't get your paperwork this, your paperwork that. Nah, y'all motherfuckers gonna give me my shit back. Y'all keep playing with me with this disability. Ain't nobody assigned to my shit. Y'all gonna give me my shit back. Y'all know I'm disabled. My doctors keep sending y'all paper. Y'all know who I am. Give me my shit. At least you can give me my food stamps and my Medicaid. Like, if y'all gonna play games with me like this. But I'm just hearing everybody, and like, from the guy who just got off, what was his name, talking about his ex-boyfriend. Like, I'm over here like looking at the crystals I'm working on. I'm like, he need this crystal, she need this crystal, this woman need this crystal. Like, I'm listening to all y'all, and I'm just like, the world is just really messed up. And it's like all these energies are just like, I'm sorry, because like, I can feel it, and I'm just getting really emotional right now, because I'm like hearing everything, and it's just like bombarding me with all these emotions. But like, just getting a lot of downloads from people and just the things that I've been getting from. And like I had a dream a couple of weeks ago about the giant eye and being targeted. And then a couple of days later, all the shit that happened in the US and around the country with the fires and the bombings and the shootings and the stabbings and everything. And I'm just like, a lot of stuff is about to happen, but y'all got to learn how to really like protect yourselves. And I know I keep repeating myself, but like the next couple of years, like, is going to be emotionally, physically, and spiritually like hard on people. So yes, learn your boundaries, learn how to protect yourselves, you know, get your crystals, get to learn how to meditating, learn how to read your scripture properly. Learn, yes, to set boundaries with people, because sometimes the enemy knows how to use others to get to you, whether it's through friends, family, or just people around you at work, or people around you, period, through the day, people brushing up against you. Learn to start doing your own hair, even people touching your head. That's why in the Bible it says to be careful about people laying hands on you, like even just touching you, period, brushing on, like that's transferring of energy. So if you get human hair to put in your head, pray over that, cleanse that, because that's you putting other people's energy on your body.
I'm not gonna talk about my weave.
I'm just I'm just saying, because
I'm
you
just
don't know
not a
where that hair
weave. I know what-
yeah, because you don't know where that hair came from. You don't know if it came from somebody who was tortured and murdered, or if it was willingly
We're gonna pray in the
donated.
name of Jesus that that's not the case.
So that's what I'm saying. Like you gotta be able to do that. And so but yeah, and the people, if you're dreaming dreams, make sure you praying over that, and praying over those dreams and making sure you get the interpretations correctly. Sometimes things are meant for you only, and some things are meant to be shared. And if you feel led to share, share. And if not, don't share, because some things are just meant for you alone. And I just want to impart some of that stuff off to y'all. And I just want to
How's
say
everything been going since you had your hip surgery? Like, are you
it's
back to normal?
been since it be 3 years this year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been 11 years since I had the heart attack. But the thing is, I went back to work 2 weeks after having a heart attack. And they told me I shouldn't have gone back to work at all. I should have had disability 11 years ago. And so it's like all this stuff I should have been taken care of, and they didn't do it. And so now I'm just waiting for the good Lord to take care of it. And when it's my time, it's my time. It'd be 11 years this Friday since it happened, and I'm still here. I'm still kicking, so it is what it is. So, so I'm just like, I'm going through this for a reason, and it's a testimony to others. And if I keep going on and keep trucking on, then it must be helping somebody else to keep going on and trucking on. So that's all I have to say about that. So, I'm just hoping that somebody is like sees me, is like, okay, like I can keep going too. If I can see her going, I can keep going too. So that's what I'm hoping. And I know sometimes I can get deep and sound crazy, like sometimes, but I just want people to know that, it's okay. And I saw your comment on that Adam's apple thing. They posted about the Adam's apple.
Who, me? My comment?
Yeah, you commented about the
We're in the
why
shade room? Y'all
no,
got me
no, no.
commenting
It
all over
was
the other
it was
chat.
on Instagram, and I commented, sent out, do the research about about the Adam's apple. Why is it called the Adam's apple? Maybe he did it, and people forget that Adam was right next to Eve when she ate the apple. I commented on it. Look on Instagram. I commented on it because she was like, "Oh, that
It
makes
was like
sense."
a post, and I was
Yeah.
shocked. Oh, that
It-
was a random. Oh, not you stalking me. That was a random post on Instagram. Because
Yeah,
I was so shook.
but you
People
know,
will
because
see my comments, be like, "T be commenting on every." I just be commenting like a regular.
no, because you can
child.
see you can see either the people you follow or your friends' comments first.
It was a
And-
white dude who was like breaking it down. I was like, "Oh my god, no, I didn't." I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but people forget that Adam was right next to her because they keep forgetting, they keep thinking that Eve was by herself, but no, Adam was right next to her. So
Mm.
and you know, they always want to blame stuff on women because people also forget that it's not in the Christian Bible, but in the Catholic Bible, Eve is supposedly his second wife and Lilith is his first wife, but she divorced him.
Oh, I didn't know
A
that.
lot of people because he's supposed to be lazy and controlling. But anyway, I think Marquis is saying my time is up and I want to respect her. So yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for
Okay.
calling in. It was good checking in with you.
All right. See ya.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
That is funny. I really do be commenting on any and everything. People like, I seen your comment in the shade room. I be saying whatever comes to my mind and I just keep going. I be forgetting about this stuff. I be right. But yeah, I know that post she's talking about because I was shook. I was like, oh my God, it all makes sense. All right, let me go ahead and bring on Tiniest Kiwi. Go ahead and unmute your microphone.
Hey T, how's it going?
Good.
Hey
How
guys,
about
how's it
you?
going? Happy Tuesday. So I want to talk about a super chat that I had sent you about the LA fires, about that Economist magazine cover.
Yes.
So I just found out about this magazine last year, 2024.
Mhm.
Apparently, whoever runs this magazine has connections to the elite because every year since they created this magazine, they come out with predictions of things that will happen each year. Like, oh, the cell phones are going to be invented, we're going to get streaming services. And last year, they had, funnily enough, predicted the Mexican president, Claudia Sheinbaum, the female president, and Trump. They had like an avatar icon or like those little icons you get from like PowerPoint or Word to attach to your, your letters and your PowerPoints to make them look snazzy. And they were outlines of a woman, excuse me, and an outline of a man.
I'm gonna pull
And
it up.
the
Economist
woman
magazine.
looks similar to the president of Mexico. Because the president of Mexico, Claudia Sheinbaum, is always wearing a ponytail, and the avatar has a ponytail. And then the male avatar looks like Trump, and he's got a question mark on his right ear, which is, I believe, the ear where he got shot. I know this sounds crazy, and I'm getting conspiratorial again, but literally the question mark was on the ear where they shot him. So now what has me tripping out a little is the 2025 cover, which is for this year. So for
Oh, the one that you were
2025,
first talking about, you was talking about the 2024 cover?
yes. And now they've dropped 2025 Economist cover, what they predict for this entire year. And seeing a few people break it down, what they're saying is they predict some sort of radiation of some sort, something happening to do with radiation. They also claim that the LA fires were predicted in the magazine because of the fact that you can see like a skyscraper or outlines of some sort of city that's black. And then the top part is a city that apparently seems similar to Los Angeles in flames. They've also predicted a second pandemic. They have an unknown face
Hold on.
hidden within the 2025 magazine. And apparently the face, the unknown face, you can see an Asian looking eye, and then there's a nose. What they're claiming is that the unknown face is them finally revealing who the Antichrist is. I can't say how true that is. And then it just ties back to this theory I've been seeing people talk about that Elon Musk is the Antichrist. I don't know if that's true, if that's not, that's just a conspiracy. Don't take it for what it is. But all I'm hearing, which I kind of agree with, is that we need to fortify our faith in God. If you believe in any God, just pray. I'm Catholic, so just pray to the Lord and just fortify your faith in the Lord because they're going to try to shake your religion and shake your beliefs. And one just little last thing about this magazine is that they're also predicting, besides the pandemic, they're predicting an economic crash of 3 different countries. And them putting the dollar sign is because they already have it planned. They want to crash our economy. They want to crash, I think, UK and then somewhere in Asia, but I'm not sure what country. And that these little rockets and stuff are just them showing off that each country has a weapon and that they're not scared to use their weapon, aka World War III. Hopefully not. I pray to the Lord none of this stuff happens. But this is what they're all predicting.
Do you have
And
the
they
links
all
to the video so we can watch them?
they're in Spanish. I sent them in the Illuminati chat and then I translated to the best of my ability because it was like
Oh,
an
okay.
hour long podcast and it was all in Spanish. But they gave great information breaking down this magazine.
Okay.
And then there's also rumors about Orange Man, our current president, and they just want to they don't want to delete him just yet, but they want to scare him and they somehow want to delay the inauguration. So they're claiming there's going to be a tax in New York, a tax in Tennessee, and this is like being predicted. That's what people see. I'm near New York. I'm in New Jersey and not in New York, but it's right next to me. So if something goes down there, then I got to panic too. So
But
hopefully
why
not, but
Tennessee? Why Tennessee?
um according to Brandon Biggs, he's a guy who's been doing these predictions and people claim he's got everything right. He says because the attack on Louisiana on Bourbon Street was not big enough. Whoever is causing this attack wants to gain everybody's attention, and the Trump exploding Tesla thing in Louisiana was not enough. So they're saying that New York is next for an attack, and so is Tennessee.
Wow.
So I'm not sure how true any of this is. New York is right next to me. I pray to the Lord nothing happens to anybody, but yeah, that's what I thought I'd share. If you guys just want to check out this magazine and reanalyze the cover, they're saying that every year since this magazine has come out, it's predicted the entire mood for that year. Like in the 2000s, it may have predicted the cell phones were coming out or we were getting television in color or something like that. But yeah, I thought I'd share that.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for calling in with that information. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, T. Thank you guys.
Okay.
Stay prayed up.
Thank you. All right. Let me go ahead and bring on Gabby Gold. Go ahead and unmute your microphone.
Hello, can everyone hear me?
Hey, Gabby. Yep, we can.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I live in California, Los Angeles, California. Just thought
Oh,
I'd give a little update
yeah.
from
What
the
part do you live?
regular people.
What part of
I
LA?
live in East LA,
Okay.
so it's an unincorporated area. So I guess for some people that might not know, I have 5 minutes. So I'm going to try and explain everything fast and explain the mood. So East Los Angeles, so it's LA County, right? LA County is huge. It goes all the way down to right Orange County, all the way up to like Lancaster and all that. But so there's a bunch of there's City of LA, which I feel like a lot of people think that everything is LA City. So there's City of LA, then there's little cities, and then there's unincorporated areas. Pasadena is a city in LA County. Al- oh, Altadena, excuse, I say it in Spanish. Altadena is also an unincorporated area, just like us. And in I thought it was a little odd in the November elections. There was a local ballot measure for unincorporated areas in LA County, so East LA and Altadena, that they wanted to raise the property taxes in order to fund the fire departments that are in the unincorporated areas. I don't know if that makes sense. And I voted yes. I said, why not? We don't have city budgets, and it got approved. And I just thought that was a little odd. Now looking back, that was in November. and I think it was gonna be like 65 cents per square foot or something like that. So that was kind of random. But anyways, yeah, I mean it's everyone is talking about it. I went to Sizzler with my mom on Saturday. I could hear everyone like just talking about it. Everyone's talking about the fires. You
Mhm.
feel the mood. You see everyone's like really sad and like everyone's really sad about it. But
Mhm.
you see everyone is really pulling through and everyone's really helping. I know we people talk shit about us like, oh, it's LA and people, no one cares about anyone. But you really have, I don't think I've ever seen the community or LA County come through as as it is now. Everyone is donating, everyone is volunteering. I mean,
Yeah, I'm seeing all the clothing drives, the food drives. Yeah, people are really
yes,
stepping up.
yes, it's very yeah, but there's so many things that are, when I go on Instagram, I follow a bunch of like the local news channels, so I'm seeing all these stories of people. I mean, I saw a story of a guy like he had to bury his dad. He lived with his dad in Altadena. His dad died in December, and then the house burned down in January. Really sad, really a lot of sad stuff. But I'm starting to see the conspiracies, and a lot of it's starting to make sense. I
Mhm.
see this time there's a lot of people that have like their GoFundMe's. And I every time I see like a news like the news report like, oh, celebrity donated $5 million, I always think like, why instead of donating it to like the Red Cross, why don't they donate it to like, I don't know, split it between like all the GoFundMe's that are going around. I feel like that's more
Right.
productive. And I mean, people are saying
I heard
rebuilding.
GoFundMe was tripping too, like they're trying to charge like 9%, like they're price gouging. Because usually
Yes, they
GoFundMe
are.
is 2 point something percent, but now this sudden they want 9%. That's insane.
Yes, 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 yes. Very, very true. There's so many little things. I've also seen the conspiracy theories. I mean, Altadena and Pacific Palisades, they are nice areas, but yeah. Anyways, I've seen that the GoFundMe's. I'm like personally, I don't. I wish I had the funds. I don't have the funds to donate money, but we've all put in like our little 2 cents, our little grain of rice. I am seeing the conspiracies. I mean, I, honestly, a lot of people are gonna leave. It's not gonna be the same ever again.
Yeah, Cali's never going to be the
Um,
same, especially
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles
Hmm.
area. It's not. And I think that's like the saddest part. And that's why I feel like between this being either done on purpose, an act of God, because they were mocking God at the awards, it's very interesting when you think about the logistics of California, right? You got Northern Cali, you got Southern Cali, two totally different places. Like the attitudes in Northern Cali is totally different from Southern. But if you think about it though, the climate is the same in both areas. They have dry brush, they have canyons, they have hills. Why were no fires at all? Not saying that there should be, but not one fire in Northern Cali. Everything was in Southern California, near and around, the Hollywood vicinity. I feel like they want to change
Hmm.
that whole area. When you think of California, you think of LA. You don't think of the Bay necessarily. You think of LA. For people, LA is California. And I feel like they're trying to change something. I've heard of all the smart city conspiracies and stuff like that. Um, a lot of those homes that were built in the Palisades in Altadena, I mean, some of those homes were a lot older. And then, people have upgraded their homes and, added on and stuff like that. But when a lot of those people bought the land and bought the property, they weren't worth $10 million. They weren't worth 5 million. They were a few $100,000. So, and I guess for me, looking at some of the people that live in the Palisades who have, who got it from the mud, right? You have some people who it's generational hand downs. Then you have people who started
Hmm.
their businesses, they made their money. Um, for me, what's very interesting is the attitudes on not just social media, but even with friends I've talked to in LA. It is people, you can tell there is a huge divide. If the Luigi thing with the healthcare that kind of sparked it for a lot of people. That's what kind of woke people up to like, yeah, there's something going on in this country between the haves and the have-nots, you know, and how all of these for-profit companies. But the comments that I'm seeing, people, the sympathy's not there for the rich. If your home burnt down in this specific area code, zip code, people do not care. If your home is not in Altadena, in the historically Black areas or Pasadena, the regular people, only the news is focusing on the celebrities in the Palisades and Malibu. But when you read those comments and you're hearing the comments from the people, they do not care. They do not care. People are saying, good, oh, well, my heart is going out to the people in Altadena, in this place. Even, there was comments of people saying things to influencers. I'm not going to say no influencers' names, but they're like, oh, I hope such and such's house gets burnt up in the hills, or such and such in Calabasas. A few more people's homes need to be burnt down. You know, like that's really the attitude that's going on right now. And I think this is really showing it that people are tired. And, you know, honestly, even when Joe Biden came out and said that they're going to cover 100% of the fires in the Palisades, why? You got poor people in the Appalachians that are living in tents right now in North Carolina who've gotten no help since Hurricane Helene. And no one gives a hell about those people because they're poor white trash. But you guys are willing to cover 100% of, and the thing that people in California, like yourself and others who live in Cali, that y'all had to be asking yourself, he's not about to cut the check. This is coming out of y'all's taxes. And whatever you guys are not able to cover, then it's gonna come down to our taxes. And I don't live anywhere near the Palisades. So it's like, they're always willing to bail out the rich. And again, my heart goes out to anybody because people's memories, people work hard for their money. It's unfortunate when anybody loses their home. But why are the people who are not in the Palisades getting the same level of treatment? I don't know. I spent 3 hours on the phone last night with my friend in LA. And what was so crazy when I was going through all this stuff with the fog, he was at the Palisades. He doesn't live in the Palisades, but that's like his escape from LA. You know, when you just want to be by the beach and it's very peaceful, you're not going to get robbed. You know, it's just a nice spot because Santa Monica is trash now at this point, right? It's just overran with homelessness and druggies. So he goes to the Palisades and he sent me a picture. It's still in my phone, a video, not a picture. And he's like, I just got done watching your fog video. He said, look, I'm at the Palisades. You can't even see the ocean. This is when the whole fog was going all over the nation. And I looked at the video, you could not even see the ocean in the Palisades. All you saw was fog. It was that bad. You know, and he goes to the Palisades at least once a week. So he's just heartbroken. You know, he hasn't been up there yet to, you know, see the devastation, but he's just heartbroken. And he's just like, you know, a lot of people are just tired. It's like this was the final straw for a lot of people. How do you come back from this? And everybody's talking like it's going to be, so we'll just rebuild. With what money? I don't care how much money you have. I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Just you said about rebuilding. City of LA County, you cannot move one thing. There's so many restrictions when you build or rebuild or you want to add on or you would. My boyfriend's parents, they're doing some renovations on their house. They bought a house like 5 years ago. The contractor came and said, a contractor has to be present when you pour concrete because we have to get a sample to check the pressure of the concrete when it's what? And it's like, okay, yeah, can we do this next week? No, the appointment is in 4 months. 4 months. And it's these people, I mean, granted, I mean, like I said, my boyfriend's parents, they're living there. These people, are they going to have enough income to have a rental, pay for all these things, delay?
No.
A lot of people are going to leave. And you know, like you said, right? Taxes. I just got my W-2, full of transparency. I'm 28 years old. I still live with my parents. I don't have any kids. I'm not married.
Mhm.
I get taxed from every paycheck. I get taxed like almost $400
Mm.
every paycheck, every 2 weeks. And and I, you start thinking about these people. People are gonna leave. People are gonna leave California, LA. They're not coming back. They're probably gonna go somewhere else in California or out of the state. And then I go going back right put to Pacific Palisades. I see those comments. A lot of people, oh well, screw the rich. That's what they get. Speaking for me, right? There's a big, illegal, uh, like, oh, they don't have a documentation. They live here legally. I'm, there's a lot of like Hispanic, Mexican, Central Americans here in LA. A lot, sorry, sometimes it's just a quick one. A lot of bright people in my community, they work in Pacific Palisades. They clean all the gardeners, right? That's like
Yeah.
the stereotype, Hispanic, Mexican. All of those people are out of jobs now.
Yeah. Out of
And again,
work.
people paid cash because they don't want to do the W-2, they don't want to do the taxes, da 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 da.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
This is going to be a
I
big
don't know.
trickle down effect. And I think that's what people don't understand. Just the elitism and the wealth and the class disparities aside, this is a trickle down effect because, like you said, those people in the Palisades, people had businesses there. Those businesses employed people, W-2 or under the table. A lot of people there who worked in the Palisades, they were caretakers, babysitters, dog walkers. So this is going to be a lot. And then also when you think about it, and it's not an LA thing, most people don't own their home outright. Everybody in here who own a home, most of us, I don't own my home outright. I pay a mortgage every month, right? So what happens when you don't own your home outright, you have a $10 million home, guess what? Come February 1st, the mortgage is due. You think the banks care that you were in the Palisades fire? No. And then think about it. Under any other circumstance, you could sell. Who's going to buy this land? It's going to have to go to investors. I'm not buying no fucking land in Cali. That's why I came back to Minnesota when I wanted to buy a house. I said, absolutely, I would never buy a house in California just because of just all the traffic, the fires. For me, it's just not a smart investment. So it's like those people are literally stuck with just a pile of ash that they still have to pay for. And that's not just the people in the Palisades, the people in Altadena and everywhere else too. So it's very unfortunate. Thank you for calling in, sis. Good talking to you. So this is going to be a huge effect on the economy. It really is. Let me go ahead and bring on Naya. Go ahead and unmute your microphone.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. Hope everybody's doing okay. It's been a lot going on. I'm currently about to be 23 in a couple months, and I still live with my parents and stuff, but like, I'm an artist, I'm a creator, so I actually work at a recording studio. I'm an audio engineer, and I've been there for 2 years now. I love it, but the thing is, like, I've been dealing with so much. Being a female in that kind of environment, like, I dealt with a lot of like misogynistic stuff, issues. The owner's a Black man, but super religious. So I've dealt with a lot of bullshit. And so now I'm just like kind of like nervous because it's like, okay, I'm about to just try to step into entrepreneurship. But like with the current state of the world, it's just like, okay, like I'm in a good position because I have parents that will help me and stuff like that. And I actually found a space that's super cheap. So I'm super excited to like really get in there. But it's just like, it's so unfortunate that like, and mind you, I'm one of those people, like I've always kept at least 2 jobs. Like I have an under the table job, but it's probably not gonna last that long because yeah, I take care of this lady. She has dementia and it's getting worse. So it's like I'm about to step into entrepreneurship, but it's like, damn, like I can't even afford like to buy fruits and vegetables. And I actually had my own apartment for like 2 years. I moved out at 19, 20, 21, and then I came back home because I was with my ex. But like, I remember just trying to buy groceries and I'm like, dude, this shit is like crazy. Like the shit don't last. Like it don't last. It only goes, bro, like I used to be so mad like buying strawberries and then the stuff molds. Like I just bought oranges the other day. It's molded. I can't even eat healthy because everything that's healthy costs money. Like, and then the stuff only lasts a day or so. Like, I just spent $20 on lunch meat to make sandwiches, which aren't healthy. It's just food to keep you full. Like, it's just food to keep you fed, but it's not anything nutritious. And so it's like, damn, like I literally eat out every day, like, or I try not to, but like it's better to buy food, like buy a meal that I can eat throughout the day and tomorrow than to buy groceries and cook and like actually take the time to cook. It's too much. And I realized like a lot of people, like y'all say, it wasn't that bad. Like everything used to be cheaper. I really feel like we're in a recession. Like we're getting close to a depression, which on the artistic side is great because we're going to get some great music, some great art. Like, you know, it's going to be great. Economically, it's like, damn. And so, like I said, I'm trying to step into my entrepreneurship now and I'm nervous about it, but I feel like I can do it just because I'm a hustler and that's always what I, you know, been. But it's just like, damn, like what can you even expect? Like I had to fill out a year review and they were like, oh, you know, where do you see yourself by the end of this year? And I'm just like, dude, I don't even know. I don't know. Like I really don't know. But like in the same breath, like I feel like this year is going to be a great year for me. Like I have a lot of plans, travel plans, and that's another thing. Like I'm hearing about all this global stuff. I'm supposed to be going to Tokyo in the summer. Like I'm from Ohio, but Midwest, but I'm supposed to be going to Tokyo for a month, like traveling. So it's just like, I don't know. Like I hope that if it is a World War III coming, I hope it don't come this year because I got stuff to do. But it's definitely just been a crazy January. And it's only January. So it's like
right. Only 14 days.
Bro, and I was just talking to the people at the studio, like I was talking about TikTok. Like, I really don't think they're gonna get rid of TikTok. I don't believe it. But if they do, like, what are we gonna do? And then like I'm speaking to a 20-year-old who like doesn't get on TikTok. He's a white guy, and he's like, y'all need to get off TikTok anyways. Like it's not even, it's ruining people's life. And I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? Like you clearly have not been on TikTok before because it's so easy to find your community and make money and like it's fueling the economy. And it's like, you haven't been on it. And so you don't see like what difference is really making. You haven't used it to your benefit. So it's like, now that it's about to be gone, a lot of people do think like that. Like, well, it's just another social media gone. I'm like, y'all sound dumb as hell. Like, do you realize that like there's gonna be another app? Like we already on Rednote. I don't know if y'all heard about Rednote.
I can't keep with all these apps, child.
It's
too
so
many.
Girl, they got us learning Mandarin so we could be on a whole nother doggone app. I'm not downloading no other app.
It's called Rednote, but it's Chinese people. I guess like they're making jokes. Like people are saying, "Oh, we going to Rednote," and the Chinese people are like, "Hey, I'm your Chinese spy." Glad to like they're kind of being funny about it, and it's like people are learning.
I see it now. They said why TikTok creators are moving to Rednote. I've never heard of Rednote.
It's actually kind of funny. I haven't made one, but like just seeing the like rhetoric, because people are like, haha, you wanted to not give China our data, we're gonna hand it to them. Like it's like a hot, like one of those moments. But it's just like TikTok is not the real issue. It's them trying to silence us. That's the issue.
Yeah, part of it is silencing, and part of it too, you got to understand the what we call the social media economy was never supposed to happen. Too many people of color have been able to make a way out of poverty, homes, make a living for themselves outside of the normal 9 to 5, you know, working your way through corporate America. And so that's really the real issue. They don't want this avenue of people being able to make money and not going around the traditional routes. Because now the next generation, a lot of them, they don't want to be firefighters and police officers and nurses, and they want to be influencers. So I feel like this is also a way for them to try and derail that, to get, you know, to get rid of it. I mean, think about, remember at one point, Facebook was paying, Instagram was paying, and they got rid of the monetization like that. And then everybody left and was basically going to YouTube and TikTok and things like that. So it is really scary. It's like nobody's job is safe. I don't care if you're online, if you're working in the real world, But I think that's part of it too, is that they don't like the fact that so many people have been able to financially take care of themselves, especially people of color, have been financially able to take care of themselves via social media. This is why, now this is my conspiracy, and I haven't made a video about it yet, and I've been thinking about it. But have you noticed, within the past year, the NBA and the NFL decided to make gambling legal, right? So do you notice all the upticks of like draft picks and all the sports betting, right? You see the commercials, you see influencers pushing this. And for a long time, the major sports leagues, they didn't want sports betting because they felt like it could throw the game, which it can. Because there was a few, I think like last year, one of the NBA players was caught throwing games because he had bets. And he was a smaller player. He wasn't like a LeBron or anything. He was like a bench warmer. But you got to think about why that is. They're trying to find any way to get that money. Okay, so since all these kids are wanting to be TikTokers and they're watching Aiden Ross and Kai Cenat, because they're the main ones promoting this. And the house always wins. So yeah, Kai is or not even Kai, let's say Aiden Ross, he's being given all this money to gamble with. But now when you, the regular 9-to-5, 18-year-old who has a job, is trying the same thing, all that money is going right back to them. So they're trying to find ways to get money any way they can. And they don't want to pay out to people.
And it's never going to be enough. And we're not the generation that's going to, I'm not the generation that's going to keep dealing with it. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's a lot. And I feel bad for y'all's generation because it's like, I don't know what the future is going to be like by the time y'all get to be my age. I have no idea. Because it was not like this when we were growing up. They weren't easy, but it was a lot better, you know, at least financially. You could get your first apartment and all you paid was first month's rent.
Right.
You didn't have to have $5,000 to get into an apartment. I mean, it's insane. It's like now people's apartments are as much as people's mortgages. Back in the day, that was the benefit of renting. Renting was considered cheaper until you could stack up and be able to buy a home. Now it's been flipped where you might as well have a home, because if you're paying a $3,000 rental and somebody's mortgage is $2,500, that's insane. Yeah.
Can't afford it either way. I mean, it's so many people that's 25 and up still living with their parents. Like, we can't afford it. Like, we literally can't.
Well, thank you so much for calling in, sis. It was good talking to you.
Good talking to y'all.
All right. Bye. Okay, so it's 8:03. We're going to go until about 8:30. I'm only going to call on the people that we already have whose hands are up. So let me go ahead and bring on Yesenia. Go ahead and unmute your microphone.
Hey everybody.
Hey Yesenia, how are you?
Oh, I'm hanging in there, T. I'm hanging in there. Girl, I'm hanging in there.
So are you being affected by the fires where you're at?
No, not so much. I'm in Washington, so I got a lot of the fog.
I don't know why I thought you were in Cali.
Well, I'm from Cali. That's why I'm originally from Cali. But I got family in Cali. I got some in LA for sure, and in Pasadena, Paramount area. So they had to be evacuated. And then I just found out this morning from 93.5 K-Day, because I still got that on my my freaking radio. The Cali radio station, that there was a fire in Jurupa Valley in Riverside. And that's my home city town too. So and my grandma still lives there too. So oh my God, I'm just like I'm just concerned about all of that. It's really sad to see, my home state just basically just seeing the pictures of the Hollywood sign on fire, it just gave me such an eerie feeling.
Well, that was AI.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
the Hollywood, the fire was getting close to the Hollywood sign, but it wasn't. So anything with it on fire, that was AI. Yeah.
Oh, regardless of what it is, the whole situation gives me an eerie feeling of it, just the thought of it, But yeah, that's just upsetting. Another thing I have that I'm upset with is I have 2 different banks, because I just can't trust all my money in one. I went to my bank that I have, Bank of America, and I was taking money out, right? And I only took out like 1,500, and I was like, I told the lady, "Thank you," and I was like, "Okay, well, I'll be back in a couple days because I'm gonna come back and get some more." She said, "Please don't."
What
I
do you
said,
mean?
"What?"
She said, don't come
Yeah,
back and get more money.
yeah. She literally told me, "Please don't."
And at that point, I've been like, yeah, let me go ahead and close my account, move it elsewhere.
Yeah, no, I
What?
literally was like, "What?" I was like, "What do you mean?" I literally like was already on my way stepping out, and she was like, "Yeah, please don't." And I like skirted right back, and I was like, "What do you mean?" And she was like, "Yeah, we have to keep our drawers at a certain amount." And I'm like, "What?"
So that means a lot of people been coming getting their money out.
Yeah, so I was like, "What do you?" I was like, "But I'm gonna need more of it. What if I need more of it?" And she was like, "Well, you'll have to call in advance." And I was like, "I only took out like 15, 1700, so I was just like, I'm just gonna get the same amount again." And she was like, "Yeah, no, you'd have to call in advance." I was like, "What? Are you serious right now?" And she was like, "Yeah, that's." And then I tried to get more out, and she told me that I was at my cap, like I was at my limit for the
That is
day.
so scary to think they can just keep our money. There's nothing we can do.
Yeah, so I
It is
couldn't
so
get the rest of
frightening.
my money. I couldn't get no more money. And but I did go back in a couple days, like 2, 3 days later. It was a different lady, and I did get my money out. But I was just like, I did ask her, like, is there a certain amount that you're only allowed to take out? And she said, yeah, that they are allowed to tell us as the customer, whatever have you, the limit of how much money we can take out.
Mm.
So I was just like, I wasn't feeling that. I wasn't feeling that at all. So I went on my online banking, and I started just transferring money from, from my account, that bank, to my other bank, and just moving money out. And I've been taking money out and putting it in my lockbox at home because I'm just like, I don't know. I didn't like how that felt. I didn't like how that just like that sense of like, what if I don't have money to buy anything? And then on top of that, like my bank, my personal bank, their system was down. So they couldn't even like go online or anything or use their computers, use their system to get me money out.
And this
So
is
I,
Bank of America.
yeah, Bank of America.
Mm.
So that's why I went in physically to get it out. So I was just like, yeah, no. I don't like how that is. I've been taking money out little by little. I had to transfer money out of my Bank of America, and I transferred that to my other bank, and I've been just pulling money out of that account and just putting it into my lockbox at home because I couldn't use my account to like use my Zelle. I couldn't use my Tap Pay for my Bank of America.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, yeah, no, like if I don't know cash and I don't have access to your guys's, bank, how am I supposed to pay for things?
You have
So that
another bank account? Is that your?
Yeah, well, I have 2 banks. I have 2 different banks. One with Bank of America, and then one with like a bank that's like a local bank.
Okay, I was about to say, please don't say Wells Fargo and Bank of America.
Oh gosh, no,
Those are
no, Wells
two
Fargo
sitting
don't.
ducks right
Oof.
there.
Yeah, Wells Fargo don't fuck me up way too many times back in the day. I don't do that no more.
Mhm.
Too many overdraft fees out of nowhere.
Yeah,
No, yeah, but no. Other than that, I've been pulling out cash because I was just like, I don't like how that sat on my tongue. I was just like, yeah, no. And then, so those are 2 things. And then just another thing with like Miss Wear Red tonight, how she was saying like she's feeling all these everybody's emotions because of all the chaos going on in the world. I'd
Mhm.
be finding myself just like crying sometimes, just because I just feel all like, because I'm such an empath that I feel all the energy all around me that it's just so heavy.
Mhm.
Everything just feels so heavy and like I just feeling everything, I just start to cry because
Yeah.
that's just how it feels.
Yeah, I've been the same
And
way as of late, so I definitely can relate.
right, and it just feels heavy, and like I wake up just waiting for like the other shoe to drop, something to happen, something to come about, and it's like every day something's always happening, and I'm just trying to hang in there, and we're only on day 14.
Yeah, it's
But
crazy.
yeah, but that's all I had to get really off my chest, y'all. Just, also to be prepared, y'all check your bank accounts because, with all them draft fees, all them little fees that be popping up, all them cents, I've been seeing some things on my account. So I've got to go and check, get your cash ready, if you got gold, get your gold because it's going to be a different kind of war this time around.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for calling in, sis.
Yeah, of course. Take care, y'all.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
I've also noticed over the years, they stop allowing people to get lock boxes. I don't know if y'all noticed that. I've tried to get a lockbox for the past few years in Minnesota. If you ain't been had one and been grandfathered in, they don't even do lockboxes anymore. And those were where you could get a lockbox in a bank and you could store cash, guns, whatever. They're not allowed to go into a lockbox. It's fireproof, waterproof. Yeah, you can't even get lockboxes anymore. So other people have noticed that too. Yeah, it's crazy. Let me go ahead and bring on They Call Me Mac.
Hey T,
Hey, how are you,
can you
Mac?
hear me?
Yep, I
I'm
can.
doing good. I'm doing good. I'm blessed. With everything being what it is, I'm blessed.
Mhm.
I had a friend just side note. I had a friend that paid for my massage. She was like, "Yeah, I got you. I know that you never really had one. Like you don't really do massages." So he's like, "Yeah, I got you." I'm like, "Oh, thank you. That's a
That's
blessing."
awesome.
So I just came from a massage. I would say these past 14 days have been crazy. I am a Cali native originally, so I was born in Long Beach and raised in Lake Elsinore, like Riverside,
Okay.
which is the easiest to say. So that's been impacting me a little bit heavy. So like I've been trying to avoid certain videos, the news, and everything because this is the second time I can actually talk about without tearing up. So, and I have my dad's side of the family is still in California. So that's been a little been weighing on me a little bit, but I've been trying to keep positive on and keep focused. What I will say is two things I do want to get off my chest
Mhm.
is that as military folks, we already know how we play about our money. We don't play about our money. They playing with the money again. I put in way too much hard work for me to not get my incentive pay on the 15th. Okay, the paychecks are due at a certain time in January. DA was down, which is direct access where they can do our paperwork and stuff like that for our pay. It was down. They knew how many people we had for the order, and I didn't see my incentive pay. So I was a little hot. I didn't come in hot on my supervisor like I normally would, but I know they're gonna come up with an excuse and they're gonna give it to us next month. But it's like you keep messing with people's money, there's gonna be a reaction. It's not gonna be the reaction that you think it's gonna be.
Do
For
they
me,
say
it's a little
why it
bit
was
different.
gone? Do they just not give it to you, or are they saying you have to wait to get it?
We're gonna have to wait to get it, which is it is at this point it is what it is.
Don't tell me the money ain't money in the military right now.
So the money is money, and it's just like for
Okay.
recruiters, we get a special duty pay. Like we get an incentive pay to the number of folks that we get in.
Okay.
And so I'm already hit my quota for the fiscal year, and so I'd be expecting my my coin.
Mhm.
So when I didn't see it on the paycheck, I said, "Chief, we got an issue. I don't think we got our incentive pay." And
Right.
so he checked. He was like, "Yeah, I know. I was banking on that money." I said, "Yeah, I know. All of us were." I told him when I first got into recruiting that was going to be the thing, that they need to stop playing with people's money. The second thing that I would say, this is a good get it off your chest moment, is that if the people that are prior service and are in the military now that are on this line, they have extended the VA GI Bill to for an extra 12 months, so you can have it essentially 48 months of free education. And if you haven't used all of your benefits on for the GI Bill, then you can extend it. If you've already used it, then I don't think that you're eligible for 12 months.
Mhm.
And I will say this, and leaving off on this note, I don't know the young lady that I know. She was like in her 20s, saying that she's still living at her home. She lived out on her own at the age of 19, but she's like living at home at her and going through as an entrepreneur. I
Yeah.
would say that I think that we were taught a disservice to leave the house early.
Yeah.
If your parents are allowing you to stay and you're helping around the house with bills and food as much as that you can, do it. You know, we are in the times that we just can't be going out and being free with our money as we usually do. I know I've made a pot of jambalaya that feeds 11 people. I've been passing that food out to my community because we have to stick together. You know, that this is the time that we need to stick together because we are all that we have, and we need to lean on each other because we obviously see that them, whoever they are, they don't have our best interests at heart. So we have to get in our communities, whether it be Discord, whether it be a fitness group, whether it be an art group, get into your communities and dial in because these are going to be some treacherous times that we're going to face, but we will get through it. And that's all I have to say.
Amen. Well, thank you so much for calling in. It was good talking to you.
It's good talking and seeing you. Happy New Year. You look good. That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you, and Happy New Year as well.
Bye.
Bye. All right, let me go ahead and bring on Lilith Boy. Go ahead and unmute your microphone.
Can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm good. Oh, is it Little Hellboy? That's a little.
Yeah, it's Little
Sorry.
Hellboy.
all them letters just jumbled together.
Yeah,
I'm
you've
like,
always said
Lilith Boy.
because I've sent super chats and you've been like Lilith Boy, and I mean, because even my name's Malik, and a lot of people say Malik, and I'm just kind of easygoing. I'm like, I guess I'm Malik now. So,
All right. So what's going on?
well, my birthday is next Monday, January 20th,
Happy
which.
early birthday.
Thank you. Which I'm excited about that. I'm thinking about getting a tattoo maybe. The like get off like your chest part, I guess, is when it comes to my birthday and the holidays, I don't want to say sad, but I get a little insecure. Because I'm gonna be 24 and people my age.
You're my son's age. He'll be 24 tomorrow.
I noticed a lot of January birthdays, and thank you to everybody in the chat. Well, a lot of people my age, they, usually spend the day with their friends, and I don't really I have people that, you can have a conversation with them or talk to them about work or whatever, but I wouldn't say I have any close friends. I will say I am kind of blessed to have a good supportive family. And that's probably who I'm going to be spending my birthday with.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of people don't really have good family, even with my exes in the past, like meeting their parents. It's actually made me appreciate my parents more. But yeah, sometimes I just get a little insecure because I feel like at my age, I should be going out more and talking to people more, but I'm real shy. It takes me a little bit to really warm up to people. And I think some people don't have the patience for that, or they kind of misinterpret that as I'm not interested in being friends with them or, pursuing something with them or whatever. But yeah, that was all.
I mean, I think too, you're just at that age where you're trying to find yourself and, you want to be around like-minded energy. And also too, as you get older, that's another thing. I think that's what was weird for me when I got into like my mid to late 20s, especially if you were like the type who always like ran with like a big clique of friends or just, like a group of people, is that, as you get older, everybody's just kind of doing their own thing. People are starting to settle down, get married, have kids. So you go from, going to the mall or going to events with like 2, 3, 4, 5 friends to you're going to the mall by yourself. So that's just some of the things that's kind of hard, but that you'll see more now that you're getting more towards your mid and later 20s, is that your circle is going to get smaller, but definitely like, I think one of the best ways to meet people is to go to things by yourself, right? Like,
Yeah.
like my tea sipper events. That's why I always tell people, come by yourself. Like, don't bring a cousin or a sister or whatever, because what you're gonna do, you don't know anybody, and you're just gonna talk to that person that you feel comfortable with. Whereas if you come by yourself, you're forced to interact with other people, you know?
Because I
So,
know at one of your
Mhm.
like most recent events, I was thinking about
Mhm.
going to it because I like had the money to and whatever, but I was like, I'm gonna be there alone. And that just kind of made me nervous. So I was like, I don't know.
Oh,
I'll
trust
wait
me,
for
a
the next one.
lot of people always come alone, but you make so many friends. You end up like by the time the event is over, you're not alone. You know what I'm saying? Like you may have walked through that
Yeah.
door by yourself, but by the time you leave that weekend, you are not alone. Trust me. And it's unfortunate that a lot of people don't do a lot of meetups, and you would think like more influencers, right? Like let's just say, for instance, if you're into gaming, you would think that more gaming influencers would do meetups and parties and little get-togethers for their fans to meet other people. But people just don't do that. It's like, just come and gawk at me, take a quick picture and go home. That's usually what a lot of meet and greets consist of. But why I started making mine is because I didn't realize until I got into the Discord how lonely a lot of people were. Because
And when you go out to clubs and public events, it's usually people just staying, with their own little friends or their own little
Right.
clique, or everybody's on their phone, so it's kind of hard.
Yep.
Or you got to be more bold to break that, to get that engagement with people.
Mm-hmm. And one thing I used to use, like when I moved to LA, because I didn't know a soul in LA. So when I moved out there to just kind of get out my comfort zone, I used to be on this app called Meetup. That's a really cool app. And they have like different meetups all over the country. But, it'd be different people like, oh, let's all meet up and go to a movie or go to dinner, meet up and go to the beach or go on a hike at Runyon Canyon. So they'd have like different things, and you meet up and you go by yourself. But like I said, you'd end up making friends and making connections. Then when I used to be on set, I met a lot of people on set. I met a lot of friends on set that I'm still friends with till this day. So sometimes you just have to be comfortable going to situations by yourself and just being open-minded. And, as nervous as it can be, but walking up to somebody first and speaking, first, breaking that ice. So those
Yeah,
are
I just gotta break out my shell. I've had like 24 years to do it, but I'm still
Mhm.
trying to figure out how to do it. I'm getting there slowly.
Yeah, like just find, like-minded groups in your area. Like I said, meetup.com is a really good app. I really enjoy it. So like just different things that you're into, you can narrow the app down. Like if you're into comics or film or, then you find the different groups of
Yeah,
people
I live
doing
in
the same thing.
Toledo, Ohio. It's
Mhm.
a real like artsy kind of city.
Mhm.
So I feel like they do be having a lot of events. It's just you gotta really, actually look for them. And I do be more cautious with the people I try to bring into my life, because I've had to, get to a point of really making my mental health better, so I can, you know, um, so yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot where I was going with that.
Okay, looks like it's time. But thank you so much for calling in.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, and
Y'all have a good
definitely
night.
have a wonderful birthday next week.
All right, thank you. I was about to say you too, but thank you.
Oh yeah, no, I'm Leo season, baby. It's warm when it's my birthday. But y'all Capricorns enjoy the winter. I have a baby goat, so yeah. It's definitely Capricorn season. Let's see here. Virgo so talking about they selling ass on meetup.com. I'm gonna need them not to corrupt the app. That is insane. That was a good, clean app. Y'all take that shit to OnlyFans and Craigslist. What the hell? All right, let me go ahead and bring on Gemini Duchess.
Hey T, can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
I'm doing okay. How's everything with you? How's the holiday season?
I'm doing good. The holidays were good here. How about you?
It was good except for Christmas time. Everybody was sick, but the New Year's, everybody was fine. So I don't know.
Good. I'm glad
But
everybody's feeling better.
one of the things I wanted to bring up was okay, so I'm like a 2000s kid. I grew up around that time, like my 99 2000s era, whatever. I graduated in '08. But I remember my school drives, we would like have socks and bring socks to school. Like the different classes would bring socks or gloves or hats or scarves and stuff for the winter to donate to the American Red Cross. My friend and I were trying to like, this is like sometime last year, we were trying to donate some clothes, like brand new packages, because we had wildfire here in New Mexico. We tried to go to the Red Cross to donate like brand new out of the bag, socks and stuff like that. And they said they do not take physical goods. So we ended up finding a church and we gave it to them. But I don't know what's going on with American Red Cross, but if you can get linked up with like local nonprofits.
Yeah, I don't fool with them at all.
Or like
Ever since
churches, stuff like that, they will take physical goods. And then some of them have I know we're on Amazon strike, but they have Amazon wish lists where you can buy toiletries and socks and underwear and things like that for people to donate. So they do have, but yeah, don't like Red Cross. I don't know. That like blew my mind because growing up, whenever I grew up in the Midwest, so I grew up in Wichita, Kansas. So we always had tornadoes and stuff. So we will always have, different like toiletries and physical goods, like and stuff to donate to Red Cross, and Red Cross would go and deliver to like Greensboro when they had a big like big tornado. Like we had F5 tornadoes, and they would go out there and help them. But I guess they're not taking physical goods right now. So just if anybody was like thinking about, oh, just buy underwear and things like that, donate those kind of things to like a church or something. And that's it for me. Oh, and the banking thing. Oh my God. Okay, so I have a credit union and I also have a bank. But I think I'm going to have to I want to buy some gold because I have so many issues. I literally pulled out cash, put it on a PayPal card at Walgreens so I can make sure that my Discord does not kick me out because PayPal, I've been having issues with multiple little I have to report the fraud and then I have to report the card and then I have to reset everything to make sure that I'm linked. So I'm praying there is no issues with my Discord this month because Lord Jesus, with the credit cards, I don't know what they're doing, but yeah, I'm about to start just carrying cash again because these card systems, they want to link to your card, the bank, and my credit union is local. So they only have certain hours. Like you should be 24-hour call center. They only have hours like a day. They stop at 6. I get off work at like 5:30. I don't really get home till 6. So it's like, what the heck? Like I can't get a hold of someone when I need to with my phone or with my card not working. I have to wait till the next morning to go actually into the credit union to have them give me a different card, reset everything so that I'm not getting fraud or these weird 53-cent chat. It's so irritating. But that's all for me.
Okay.
But blessings for everybody. We're gonna make it through. January's always cold, but it'll warm up. So
amen.
keep
Thank
your
you
head
so much for calling in.
up. All right. Good night.
Good night. All right, we had 2 calls left. It's 8:30. So let me go ahead and start with Liana. Hopefully I said that right. Laina.
La Nena.
How do you say it?
La Nena.
La Nena.
Yeah, is the girl in Spanish.
Oh, I like that. That's pretty.
Thank you. Marquis said you're gonna mess up a name and good love.
Oh
So
yeah, I will. I will butcher.
She sure will. She still call me Marquis.
it's okay. I've been here since probably 2014, so I'm a very, very quiet tea keeper for that long. And
Oh,
I'm also very, very shy. So like I come to the meetings, but I don't say much, or I'm in the Discord in the different rooms and I don't say much. But I would like when you guys have like a little, I will put my 2 cents in, but I won't say anything. But I just wanted to say that I thank you so much for being such a beacon of light in this platform. I mean, you have
you're welcome.
inspired me and you have given me a lot of a lot of push, even times that you don't know you have. Even when you opened the meeting and you were talking about, encouraging. It's like you never know where is that going or who's catching it or who needs it. So, keep that good work coming and let him use you the way he's using you.
Thank you.
I also wanted to say that, like I said, I've been with you for like 2014, and I love what you're doing with the platform. It's like I said, it's inspiring. It's also encouraging. And at the minute you need it, that's when I'll go in and I'll read somebody's comment, and I'm like, oh, you know, through the pandemic, let me tell you, at my job, nobody knew about what was going on, and I always was tapping to you. So I told them that Monday, I said, you guys better be ready because something's coming. And that Wednesday, we were sent home. I was literally telling two of my coworkers, go to Walmart on lunch, go get your detergent, go stocking up on things. I have this, I even have hazmat suits. I have a radiation device to, like to detect. Like my friends call me crazy, but I'm like, you
You were
guys don't know.
ready.
I have my solar generator. I have two panels for them. I always keep stock up water, canned goods, anything. My car is full of canned goods right now, because I ran out of room at home to put them. Um, but I also wanted to let you know that I'm from Puerto Rico. I'm from that little town that you visited, Loíza,
Yes, I
where
love
where you where you learn how to dance bomba. I'm
Uh-huh.
born and raised. So when I saw you there, you went, I was like, oh my God. I was telling everybody I knew. Like my sister-in-law was
Wait,
like,
were you the lady that I met? Were you there?
no,
Oh,
no,
okay.
I live in North Carolina. Shayla,
Oh, okay, okay.
Shayla, Shayla, the lady that was giving the instructions on how to
Mhm.
dance, she was married to my cousin. So
It is
you
a
were like
small world.
You were probably like 15 minutes from my house, from my grandma's house too, because my grandma lives in that
Wow.
main road. So I was looking at the video, I was like, I was in tears, but it was tears of joy because I was like, somebody loved my town. Somebody, it's like, and it's
I
true.
had
So
like I felt like that was like the most connection I had, I would say, to Puerto Rico was in
mhm,
Loaiza. Like I kind of felt like it was so much of like the African heritage. Like
yeah,
even seeing that man dressed in like his Nigerian gown, like that's how the Nigerian men dress in our culture.
yeah,
Like you could just see like the only difference was the fact that they spoke Spanish and we spoke
hmm
English. It was just amazing. Like Puerto Rico was such a special place. Like I cannot wait to go back and visit. It's such a beautiful island. It
I
really is.
was very honored to know that when you venture out, like you say, you never left the States. And when you venture
Mhm.
out, I was like, and she's going to Puerto Rico. And then I was like, and she's in Louisa. I was like, oh my, I mean, I was jumping up and down like I was there with you. You went from my mother's birthday is July 29 as well.
Oh
So
wow.
you went right. You went right. She was the year before I went for her birthday to surprise her.
Okay.
So if I'd have waited 1 year, I probably would have ran into you there. But it was so awesome to see you there and to see that guys had a good time. And it's not an island of garbage. It's
No.
beautiful, and people are more than welcoming. And we wear our culture wherever we go. So like you come to my house and you see the stuff that you saw at that little shop. in Loíza, you'll see them in my house. So
Oh yeah, I
um
have like different stuff. Like I have different magnets with the Puerto Rican flag, the
mhm.
masks, you know, those little like
Yeah.
I have some magnets with that. I have a little bell that's Puerto Rico. Like I have little Puerto Rico stuff all over my house now. Like that was just
I'm
like
so
the
happy.
best. The food was so good. Just we had an awesome
Yeah,
time. I had a
I'm glad.
yeah.
I'm glad, but I just wanted to say that, and also because I saw the message about the people that don't interact in Discord might get kicked out, and I'm like, no, because I'm just quiet. I'm just like, I stay in my corner of the world, and I try not to,
Mm.
I don't know. I'm just very shy. But I've been here since you opened Discord. Like I said, I've been with you since 2014, and it's like I
I'm
I don't
starting
go
to
on
see
YouTube
more of
with.
y'all pop out more. Because there was somebody when we were in the Cali room in the weather room, they were just right. I'm like, hey, I've never seen you before, but welcome. So it's like I'm starting to see people interact more, which is good. We want to like make everybody feel like they can, we got the loud mouths, the Virgo soul, the usual suspects, but we also want, people who are not as vocal to, just come
Mhm.
up and speak. So thank you for raising your hand and just, introducing yourself and stuff like that.
Well, thank you for letting me speak, and I hope everyone has a great night and keep our heads up and just keep prayed up. We can't say it enough.
Amen. Amen.
All right,
Thank you
have a
for
good
calling
night.
in, sis. All right. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my gosh, she makes me want to go back to Puerto Rico, I swear. That was such a magical time. I remember when I came back from Puerto Rico, literally as I was driving, I'd be looking in between streets and houses, looking for the ocean. I'm like, what the hell? You're back in the Midwest. There's nothing but dry grass. Like, what are you looking for? I'd be literally looking for the ocean because it's like everywhere you go in Puerto Rico, if you look between like buildings, it's something you just see blue, it's just so beautiful out there. All right, so the last call of the night, Virgo, so come on down.
Hi T, hi y'all.
Hey sis.
Woo. Yeah, save the best for last because I swear y'all, I'm gonna try to keep this for 5 minutes, but I want to get right into it because I have 5 minutes.
Okay, let's
I
go.
gotta share something. I'm gonna share right now in the chat so that everybody can get and adjust. I don't know if it's gonna even show, but let me know if you can see this picture that I share in the chat because it's important. Can you click on it?
Oh, the picture of
Ooh.
your daughter?
Yes. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm, I see it.
Okay. So everybody sees this picture, right? This is my daughter. And everybody who's familiar with my case, they like, what's going on with what you call it, what's going on with the your living situation, right? That's what they're saying. Like, y'all want to know what's going on. This is what's the newest thing, what's going on with my daughter. Okay, let me tell you. So to start, let me get on. Now I gotta get on. Thank y'all can see me. So y'all all familiar with and I look crazy because I've been going through a lot. But I'm shaking, but y'all all familiar with the fact that I didn't want to be here. So I moved here in this new apartment from the last one in May. And I said to my landlord quickly that this is not my type of vibe. Like a bitch is ghetto, but not that ghetto. Okay, bougie ghetto. So I told him that in a professional way, I gotta go because I'm pregnant and I'm gonna be breastfeeding. This is not for my mental. I don't allow a man in my house to abuse. Like nobody can talk to me a certain way. I just love my peace. I gotta be out of here. And I told him to break my lease. He wouldn't let me. I called because I have Section 8, y'all. I called Section 8, told them how serious it was. This is not good for my health. They're like, that contract's between you and your landlord. He has to break it. He said he was going to get this female who's on the first floor out, in 2 weeks. He got to go through court. I gave him about 4 weeks because I knew realistically that wasn't, but I gave him months. And I was on here and expressing the tea and y'all what I've been going through and how I don't feel safe. And sometimes I've been in Zoom and I'm like, it's happening right now. So that too. And yeah. So fast forward to what just happened. A lot of things have happened, and I probably haven't been able to share, but just recently on Friday, my daughter, in the morning, like this lady's always being loud, beating on her kids, being loud in the Carmen area. And I ignore it. As long as my kids don't have to be involved, I ignore it. This day, my children just left out the door at like 6:52. And I'm saying bye to my kids, love you. They go out the door. I hear the loudness or whatever. I go to the bathroom to go, use the bathroom. My oldest daughter that I just shared the picture of is getting herself ready for school, for high school. Her last year, just want to put that out there. And so she's getting ready for school, and she's like, we hear all this, yelling. So then I go to the door, like I didn't know where it was coming from because my bathroom felt like it was shaking. So I go to the door and I listen out the door and I can hear my neighbor upstairs. Now, I don't know the last time I shared, but just recently, I don't know if I shared, but I was met with a knife up there with this lady because her and her man was arguing while my daughter was going out the door, like around New Year's. So I ran out the door behind thinking it was my daughter, and I kept hearing the screaming. So now that I was yelling my daughter's name, thinking it was her, I couldn't ignore it. So I go up them stairs and I deal with that. I was met with a knife. Everything in my body turned me around. The lady was like, "Don't leave me." I was like, "This ain't my business." You know what I'm saying? But I didn't want to be involved. But because I ended up getting involved in that and I was leaving, I called the police. I didn't want to do that. I never want to do that because these type of problems happen. And I know that. And I've mentioned this in the thing before. So I called the police. That day passes. That person wasn't happy, because they're being in an abusive situation. So that was a situation. But I talked to the lady and I said, moving forward, if you come in that common area yelling like that again, I'm gonna just call the police. I'm not coming out, but I'm gonna call the police. I don't want to be a part of it, right? So that was our agreement. Now this day on Friday, I hear her screaming, and I'm like, oh, today, not on a like my baby got to go out the door. She don't need to see this abuse like that. Thank God the other kids left. So I'm upset. But then I hear the lady downstairs screaming, and I'm like, is she beating her ass or are they beating that nigga's ass? Like I couldn't figure out who was doing what. But then I hear the daughter downstairs screaming and screaming at her mother, like maybe she's trying to stop the fight, and then her mother's hitting her because she's screaming at her mother to stop hitting her and she bit her. So I couldn't figure out what, but it sounded like a big melee. And because I heard this one screaming, and I ignore that lady downstairs all the time. It's every day. But I heard her screaming, and she's a little thing like me. I was like, I'm calling the police because my daughter got to go out this door, and I don't have nothing to do with it. So I called the police, and I told them, hurry up. There's a minor involved. That my neighbors up and down there in the common area, my children have to go out the door. Please hurry up. They come, but by the time they come, like she kind of goes in the house like something dispersed. They took forever. So she gets in the house or whatever, they start arguing in the house. But then I go outside to look down the street and I see the abuse neighbor that was, beating on his bitch coming across the street, and he looks at me and he goes in. And he must have said to her that she called the police. So she's like yelling, but the police just came up, so she couldn't address me about it. So the police comes and she started acting like, I don't know why anybody would call the police. I was just having a morning argument with my daughter. And I'm like, that was not a morning argument. That was a melee. And so then I'm like, the daughter's yelling still. She's like, fuck you. You bit me. I'm like, oh, she's going to jail because she put her mouth on it. Yup. So the police bring the daughter up here and they're like, do you need medical assistance? They try to separate them because they're cussing. So they bring them near my door, and I'm still listening. Like me and my daughter, like they going to jail. Yes. And so then she's like, no, I don't. I just want her to keep her fucking hands off me. This is an 11 or a 13-year-old talking to y'all. So she's like, I just want her to keep her fucking hands off me. So I'm like, oh, yeah. So then the mother's downstairs acting like she's the victim. And I'm like, nah, not today, bitch. You was not the victim. But they go, can we just chop this up as a morning argument between a mother and daughter? And go, I was like, that's not how I called. That's not what I said. What? You're not gonna come upstairs and investigate? No. I was like, all right. So they walk out, they're like walking out the door, but she starts yelling again, like, get the fuck out my house. The little girl's like, my gladly. I don't want to be here. Da, da, da. And then they didn't even get like the door shut. And I swear they probably didn't get down the porch. And she comes out her door after yelling at her daughter. And she's like, runs up my stairs, like, you fucking bitch. You called the fucking police on me. Why the fuck didn't you call the police on that fucking bitch upstairs that be getting her fucking ass beat? So me and my daughter's like, and did, but we're behind the door. So like I'm in my house and I'm like, whatever, and did. So I'm like, ignore her because my daughter jumped right up, like, what's up? And I was like, let's just ignore her because I really haven't been feeling well, but I don't even want it. But I am getting tired of her. So I just feel like she's calling me out and I should just handle that because I'm so tired of her and I think it's about to be today. So then I was like, but let's ignore it because I called the police already. I did the right thing. So she kept saying it about 8 to 10 times and running up the stairs. So I'm like, my daughter's like, mommy. And I'm like, all right, we're going to do this together. She's like, yeah. So I was like, all right. I opened the door and we just walked out the door. And I was like, I said, I did call the police. Well, my daughter goes, I said, I did call the police. And then my daughter goes, she did call the police on the stupid bitch upstairs. What the fuck is you talking about? She called mad strays. But she was like, she did. And so then late, she ran down the stairs. Like we went to the top of the stairs to like greet her. And she ran down the stairs like she wanted me to go to her domain. So I was like, all right, I could see right then. My energy changed because if you really was about that, when I opened the door, let's get it on right then. Because you was at my door. So she kept running down the stairs like she wanted me to get down the stairs. So my daughter's like, why you keep running though? Why you keep running? So her and my daughter are just arguing like they're little girls. And I'm talking to her like a grown woman, like you're arguing with an 18-year-old, you're beating on your other kids. They don't want to be at your house. You're just too much. Like you disturb the peace. And my daughter's saying all the same, like mad shit to her. So they just arguing back and forth. They spitting shit at each other. And I was like, she don't want nothing. Let's go in it. So she kept running up the stairs like, come on, bitch, like doing the little thing. And my daughter was like, she just got tired of it and she met her on the stairs and fucked her up. So she's fucking her up and I don't need to jump in because my daughter's handling that. You know what I'm saying? So I let her handle that. I'm like, get that. I walked away a few times. I came back and then they end up kind of getting down the stairs. So while they get down the stairs, her children open the door and she has a pit bull. The pit bull, right in that moment, like when they get down the stairs and they're like, they was fighting for a minute, but they kind of grab each other's hand. They're just pulling here. And I was like, we're not going to pull here. So I'm stepping between them like, I'm going to take your hair. I'm holding my daughter's hair because she ain't going to pull her hair out her head. I'm professionally as a hairstylist holding her hair and trying to get my daughter's hands off her head so they could just get up if they going to fight again. But in that time, the door opens and the dog comes out. So I could just hear my daughter say, get your fucking dog, bro. And then I just was like, yeah, like I'm thinking that, but I'm just still trying to focus on getting them apart. And in that time, all of a sudden I start seeing blood on my daughter's arm. And I'm like thinking in my mind right away, that better be your blood. You know what I'm saying? Not my daughter's blood. So eventually I'm like, somebody's bleeding. She's like, yeah, your fucking daughter's bleeding. She was like, I'm fucking bleeding because of her. And then I just still wasn't like getting it. But when because the dog ends up going back in the house, the child was like, why would you let the dog out to one of the kids? Like, what the fuck? Because our kids are there. And mind you, in this moment, like while they're fighting, of course I want to jump in if that's the question. And I want to do something too. But she has 3 children, young children, 13, 11, and maybe 10. That's right there. She got another little one, but he ain't there. But this one's here. And as I was about to like get in there and really fuck her up, and we would have been jumping her, which I never wanted, but we would have been jumping her. I look at her kid's face and the fear that I seen in their face, I just didn't want to add to that. Something in my spirit told me that I need to be the mature one because ain't nobody else here. And the man that's abusing the lady upstairs, they're sitting on the stairs looking stupid after they just got called dumb bitches and some other shit. Just not this grown man, not even trying to fucking take them. So I had to be the person that with the maturity. So I'm trying to take them apart. I'm talking to this woman. I said, you're 45, 40. She's probably like 47, but I'm like, you're a 45-year-old woman. Let's just stop. What do you gain from saying you beat up my 18-year-old daughter? Come on. So she gets off of her and she gets off and my daughter's face is filled with blood from like the hairline down. And I was like, and I just lost it. I ended up running and just running around the house looking for a fucking knife. I ran up the stairs. I said, you're dead. Like, you're dead. I called the police actually first. And I said, I called y'all. I told you the bitches that are dangerous and that y'all left. And 2 minutes later, my daughter's fucking bleeding. So just come here and arrest me because I'm going to be in the jail. I called my homegirl, the one that I told y'all that the godmother that's always overbearing. I was like, the girl downstairs, Danae's bleeding. Her dog did or something like that. I've said a few statements. She was like, say less, bitch, on my way. Come get your godson, because I'm gonna go to jail. I called the father, like, yo, come get your license to carry, come shoot the dog right now, because I couldn't find a knife. And I promise y'all, I was looking for every weapon. I got mad weapons around my house. But as I was running around the house, everything was clear, like to get to the path. But the things that were weapons, like it was like they were in a fade or shade, right? I could not see them for a reason because I'm supposed to be here to tell y'all this story, I promise. So I'm seeing the baby too, because I got my baby. I'm looking at the baby. He's being mad calm the whole time, just chilling, laughing here and there while I'm going past him. Like, I'm so sorry, baby. I'm about to fuck some shit up. I'm walking around running. He's just so calm. So I'm running downstairs. I called the police. Like I said, I called a few people in a quick set and I said a few things because everybody's aware of this situation. So in that time, like I said, my daughter goes and fights her again a little bit, but I got her in here, like, let's clean this off. The police come. She starts going, she was over here berating my daughter, like, yeah, I told you I was gonna have you leaking, bitch. And so I still didn't know the dog did it. I'm like, you did it. I'm stabbing her. I'm about to stab her. She did this. I don't know what she did, but she got my daughter leaking. So that my daughter's like, you stupid bitch, I had you. You never had me. That was your fucking dog. And then I look at my daughter's leg and I was like, oh, I see dog bites. Then I look at her kids and they got bites. And then it came to me because he never touched me. The dog just never touched me. I had this spirit about me, I swear. He bit everybody right there, probably even the owner, but he didn't bite me. So I was like, oh shit. And it happened so quick. I was like, oh, your dog did that. You're going down and that dog is dead. But before I knew the dog, at that time, so that's when I made all the calls. Police comes, she's acting like, fuck you, bitch. Ha ha ha. So we go up the stairs. I'm like, it's cool. But her kids, like, before the police came, her kids ran up the stairs and they was like, she beats me every day too. I don't want to be here. They look a mess, like hungry. I'm like, DCF failed these kids. The police failed these kids. I'm so mad. I'm just like, I'm hugging them. I'm like, I wish I could help you. She's yelling, get the fuck downstairs. Get away from that bitch. And I'm like, no, they are better off in my care, bitch. Like, for real. So then the police come and their kids are still up here. So they're trying to usher me into my house with her kids. And so I'm like, they don't even belong here. They're her kids. And they're like confused, like, why are they here? And I said, because they don't want to be there. And they're saying she's beating on them. So I'm thinking they're going to arrest this bitch. Arrest her. Okay, I want to press charges. But because my daughter's an adult, she's 18 years old, they was like, she want to press charges. Arrest her. We're all saying that. Take the dog. Animal control comes. We can't take the dog because it's a piece of property. What the fuck you mean? So we have to go to like a dangerousness hearing and do all these proper things. And I was like, this is what I'm talking about. Like every time you try to do right, it doesn't matter. They're like, where's the landlord? Like, we've come here. So when the police comes in my house, I was like, I didn't even want to be here since May. He said, I just want to let you know that I started in May and on my first day, I came here to this address. So I know exactly what you're talking about. And I was like, okay. And I got mad proof on my phone regarding that dog and how it bit people in the community. I like, take the dog. They're like, yes, it has bit people. It's off. It's the last shot was 2023 or something. It's like out of thing. I'm like, my baby got to get a rabies shot. Them shits ain't fun. Oh my God. So
How
the
they just
police,
letting a pit bull be out here biting people?
they have, and dogs. It bites people and dogs. This ain't the first incident. I'm just like, I don't feel like I'm gonna be vindicated. Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all real fast. So I end up going, the ambulance comes or whatever, because they're like, you need attention. Of course you need attention. She gotta go get stitches. Okay. Her nose is like open and bleeding. So then they come and they go downstairs first, and then the lady comes upstairs and she's like, y'all are so calm. Because somewhere in there, like I said, I had to sense a calm and I got calm, chill, because I'm like thinking about plotting my next moves. So she's like, y'all are so calm up here. It's so peaceful and whatever. So then she's like, for what's happening, I don't got no kids, but if that was me, so I see where, if you weren't calm, I could understand. So I was like, I'm chill, whatever. So then she's like, what do y'all need? You need anything, Mom? I was like, I need a hug. So she gave me a hug and she's like, Mom's okay. Like, I was cool because she felt my energy. And I got my stone wear red tonight. I know she over here talking about all that. I got my stones on. I had two on. I don't know where the other one went. But yeah, so she ended up what you call it? She was like, she could feel my energy, and she basically was like, you know what I'm saying? She's calm compared to downstairs. So they took my child off while they're taking my child out the door, this girl's like, after berating her, she's like, I'm so sorry. This should have never, ever happened. So I'm like, yo, where the fuck is the supervisor? Because I'm trying to get answers on why she ain't getting arrested and why this dog ain't going nowhere. Like, just, I don't want to talk to no other police officer. So he's down there talking to her. I was like, can you come upstairs and talk to me? And for a second, I swear to God, these people underestimated me in my calmness, because that's not safe either. I'm a type of bitch that I will walk up to you, make you feel safe, and punch you straight in your face. So I wasn't even safe for myself. I was like, damn, there's nothing but space and opportunity. And I still don't know if I'm like gonna let this go right now and be professional. So I did, though, to let y'all know, I did. I let her go. but she want to hug my child. They're like, no, they're like doing like a body thing around her. Like, you don't get to touch her. Her nose hurts. No. And then she's like, I'm so sorry, Brenda. This should have never happened. Your daughter didn't deserve that. But you just said she did though, like before they came. Why are you all scared now? Because you know you got something going on in your life and you didn't need this. But you didn't listen to me when I told you to walk away and go to your house. And you thought just because you were going to beat my daughter's ass that you were going to one-up her. You fuck with the wrong one. I'm blessed and highly favored, baby. And I may not have touched you that way, but I'm going to touch you the right way, the white way, okay, if that's what you want to say, because you can't legally touch me. But I'm going to take that dog. If it's a piece of property, and I'm going to fucking shoot that motherfucker. I'm going to go fucking reindeer on that bitch. But anyway, so since then, now I call the police. I mean, the police are like, where is the landlord? Like, so I called the landlord. I said, you motherfucker. Okay, I've been done fucking called you about this shit, and now my daughter's bleeding. So you're gonna have to figure out what the fuck is happening because I don't know what's going on tonight. The landlord's like, you should have called me a long time ago. This is the first time you called me. I was like, what? I said, I stopped calling you and we've been conversing through email. Oh, well, email isn't the best because it goes to spam. Oh, no, no, no. You responded to me and you said each time that you were going to do something about it and then left me on red eventually. But I'm not in spam. I know I'm not in spam. So now you got a case, motherfucker. And I hung up. Like he ended up texting me like, please send me everything. No, until I speak to my legal attorney to figure out what's the next case. I don't think I need to talk to you no more because you didn't value my life or my children's life or your property for that much. So when I sue him, I want as much as this property's worth. If it's 1.5 million, that's what I want because you didn't fucking value me. You didn't take what I said seriously about what my traumas were and how I couldn't deal with this. And I gave you all the things you needed for that. Then he was like, oh, before I hung up, he was like, I'll move you right away. I got a place 4 blocks down the, now you can move me? That was something I asked for too. Like, no, thank you. I'm gonna find another place and I'm gonna find a house. I don't even want neighbors. You think I want to live above or under anybody? No. Now I get to have a house thanks to you. You're gonna pay for that. So I had to find lawyers, which was so hard because today I just found a lawyer. But they have come to find out they have like a lot of lawyers that just want to represent the landlord, not the tenant. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I changed my rhetoric as I was calling them. And I said, I have a personal injuries case. And instead of like, I have a landlord something, I led with personal injury. And then when I went into my case, they was like, yes, we can definitely represent you. And I was like, thank you, Lord. Like, so today I just got representation, but this is what I've been dealing with. I'm very proud of myself. Every time I spoke to somebody, every time I spoke to somebody, they was like, is she dead? Is the dog dead? Is she in jail? Like, why are you outside of jail? And it's like, y'all all want to think that I might want to get aggressive and I had every right to, but I'm so glad that I kept my cool. Because at the end of the day, this motherfucker's going down. You know what I'm saying? I'm suing him. And he was so wrong. Even my like Section 8, everybody's like, yeah, you got to get an attorney. Like, this is a case. He was negligent in every way. The police was like, she crossed your threshold. When she came, she has no business coming up them stairs for one. She had no business being in this area. She crossed her threshold and she didn't keep that dog in a safe place and knowing that it's already bit people. So she about to get her kids taken away. I called DCF as a mandated reporter. And I don't know what y'all been doing, but I've been already reported her. Take them fucking kids away. I've been told that as a mandated reporter. So I'm gonna hurt her in a different way. Them kids don't need to be there with her. She don't need this Section 8 that she got, this house. And he don't need this property. He's gonna be thinking about like, I need 3 times the rent, all that racist shit they do in a professional way. He's gonna be asking for that. You wanna think twice before you put somebody in here, just anybody. But yeah, that's what I've been going through. That on top of my baby daddy threatening me.
We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna go.
Okay, that's it. We 15 minutes in,
but I'm moving though. I'm not gonna do it, but I didn't even want to do it to y'all because we had such a great Zoom. See, that was another thing. And one other thing I just need to ask you, because I do have to go to court, because I spoke about this on Zoom. Can I just use what I put on those times that I was talking about it? Can I just use those clips, not anybody else's shit, just my little portion? Can I use that? We need you in court.
You'd have to go through the Zoom meetings and find them, but yeah, you're free to use them.
I just want to get your permission. I know I can, but I know that this is a private thing and I value that, everyone. That's why I'm sharing. I know it's TMI for y'all, but I'm glad I did share it because it's helping my case. Thank you very much, y'all. But it's gonna help.
We have been talking about this
Good.
neighbor for literally since you moved there this summer.
So I just need that proof because this is what's gonna give me my case. So that's what I need. That's all. But thank y'all for listening. I'm sorry that I brought up. That's what I said to somebody who was like, yeah, she saved you for last. I was like, for a reason. Because this is deep and it's always like this. And I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm
So now
okay.
how is your daughter doing now?
My
Like,
daughter, oh yeah, my daughter is very well. She was like a thug. She was like, "Can I go to work like tomorrow?" I was like, "Go to work, bitch. You just got stitches in your face. Like, calm down." Like, she's a thug. She's just too much. I was like, "You need therapy." She was like, "No, no, no, calm down. You like therapy and not me." I was like, "No, I do need therapy after this, y'all. This is not enough. But I'm gonna have my therapy." But she don't want therapy. But I was like, "No, you just keep an open mind." You know what I'm saying? That's it, because this was a lot. And she's a pretty girl, but she's fine. She's just worried about going to the prom, her birthday's next month. Can she cover it up?
She got scars, she can cover it up.
Well, it's still like, a fresh, she still got stitches in it. Just happened.
It's
So
on
it's
her
starting, it was like a split open, like right there. So it's like still, it just now closed up and it's beautiful the way they sold it. We went to the best place that they have in Boston. And then what do you call it? We're going to see a plastic surgeon tomorrow morning. So
Okay.
we're gonna see what because the lady said it was a great job, but she was like, before I take the stitches out, I just want the plastic surgeon to look at her and make sure if there's nothing else. But yeah, but I'm about to run up the bill, so he gonna pay for all that. Yeah. Next time I see you, I'm like, look at my house, y'all. Look at my new car. Look what it is. Come on down. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna be saying thanks to him. And she can go wherever the fuck she's going with her rusty, dusty, and like Ayana said, gutter snipe ass. Okay? That's where she can go. Wherever the fuck that is. But yeah, keep me in your prayers. Somebody else was talking about a GoFundMe. I was like, I want to start a whole fund me. I'm sorry. Like, I feel like we all going through it, and I feel for y'all all, even California and all that. And I've been helping those people, but I need help at this point. I'm trying to get the hell up out of here. I don't care. I just need to get out of here. This is too much for me. I'm not that hood. Okay? I'm not that hood, y'all. But yes, that was my shit, T. I love you. I love everybody. I'm glad I can make y'all laugh and make y'all feel like a bitch is crazy, but I still was sane in that moment. So I'm crazy sane. So I'm not that crazy. So I wish I was, so I could have killed the bitch. I be thinking about, that's why I need therapy, because I'm thinking about flashing. Like, I should have poked in her fucking eye with a pencil and dagged her with my nails, but I didn't, because God, I feel like my mother was with me. Like, what would Brenda do, which is her name, the person I was named after. And I had her and my ancestors with me, and they definitely told me this, don't sit this one out, B.
Is
You know what
she
I'm saying?
still in the house? Like, she's still in her
Yeah,
apartment?
she's still here. She
Oh,
probably
y'all
can hear
still
me.
live
Her
there.
dog is still here. Everybody's still here. We've seen each other. We went by the door, the store or whatever, and she got out the store real quick. But so she ain't looking at me. She's not like doing nothing to make me feel like she's trying to say anything. I mean, my daughter said she heard her her boyfriend heard her talking about it, but I said we all talking about it. That was a big thing. I mean, I'm pretty sure she's talking about it, like everybody's talking about it. So let that be what it is, but let her keep talking about it, and we just gonna be quiet and playing our next moves. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go off the property and talk about what we need to talk about, and that's what I've been doing. So I'm handling business, and I lost 20 pounds in that all.
Okay. All right, sis. All right. Child, it's 9 o'clock. My head hurt. I gotta pee. All right, y'all. Good night. Good night and good luck. Somebody said this tea is piping hot. Y'all got me cracking up in the comments. Girl, I feel like I need a blunt and I don't even smoke. I'm like, oh my God. What? Say what now? Woo, so many twists and turns with that one. Oh my goodness. I will see y'all in Discord. This meeting will be up tomorrow. I'm gonna upload it tomorrow. Thank you guys for coming tonight and just sharing y'all stories. I love you guys. Bye, T Lil. So I'll see you guys later. See everybody in the Discord. Good night, everyone.